It's time for Hutto Hippos football. Tonight, an important game in District 11 5A as the Hippos face rival Georgetown Eagles. This one draws a lot of attention each year, and this year is no different as these two state powers, separated by 10 miles of Toll Road 130, tee it up in Hutto Memorial Stadium for the first time since 2016. Hutto is riding a 2-game win streak in the series, including last year's 38-14 win in Georgetown. The Hippos come in with a 4-0 overall record and are 1-0 in district play, after beating Conley last week. The Hippos struggled early in that one, but found themselves in the second half to pull away for the win. The Eagles suffered their first loss of the season last week to perennial 4A powerhouse, Stephenville. This will be their district opener after finishing non-district with a 3-1 record. Both of these teams recognize the importance of this game, and so do the fans, as we expect a full house. This rivalry is often decided by a defensive play, a turnover, or something from special teams. It's usually unpredictable, but always exciting. Thank you for joining us on hipposports.com and the SHN Sports Network. I'm Gage Ball, serving as the engineer, and now, live from Hutto Memorial Stadium are the voices of the Hippos. Sideline commentator, Bryce Doggett, color commentator, Ryan Robinson, and play-by-play man, Todd Robinson. Gentlemen, take it away.
Well, thank you for that great introduction, Gage. Todd Robinson, Ryan Robinson, Bryce Doggett down on the sideline, set to bring you Hutto Hippo football tonight. A big District 11 5A matchup between the Hippos and the Georgetown Eagles. And like Gage said in the introduction, this is always a big one. It's always a rivalry between these two. And, you know, you can just about count on the fact that it'll come down to something big. Could be a kick, could be a defensive play, could be a big offensive play. But these two almost always play close games. Last year, a little different. Hippos kind of controlled it from the start last year, but we don't expect that to happen this year. Both these teams lost quite a bit of their offenses. They're both playing sophomore quarterbacks quite often, but both of them also relying on strong defenses. And, Ryan, I suspect tonight is going to be one of those defensive struggles.
We've been waiting all year for one of those defensive struggles, and I think we just might get it tonight. Like you touched on, we've got two sophomore quarterbacks, two strong, big defenses. We're down on the field before the game. Georgetown's got some big boys. They're the first team we've seen that compares to us in size. Now, it's going to be interesting to see how they can match up with us.
Well, the Hippos come in again 4-0 on the season, 1-0 in district play. Got that win, first district win over Pflugerville Connolly last Thursday night, so they actually had an extra day to get ready for Georgetown. Eagles come in 3-1, lost a non-district matchup to Stephenville, a 4A power. They haven't played a district game yet. They had their bye week early, and this will be their first district game. And, you know, like we've said, this is one of those where early on you want to try to grab a 2-0 start in district play. And these are two of the probably three teams that folks thought would be vying for a district title and certainly for, you know, the top three spots in district play along with Cedar Park. Hippos are the defending district champs, and they've had the target on their back this year.
Yeah, they have, and I think like you touched on, this might end up being the de facto district championship game. Obviously, Cedar Park is shown to be a little bit down this year, and from what we've seen so far, these two teams have picked up where they left off last year. So, big game coming up tonight. We'll see how this plays out in deciding the district championship going forward.
Well, the keys for the Hippos, obviously, it starts with your sophomore quarterback, Grayson Doggett, and, of course, Dejon Harrison, Trey Pinelli receivers, Kendall Williams at running back. And very interesting as the Hippos are being led on the field, and they're walking on the field, and in a wheelchair is Brock Bueno, who is out for this game. So the Hippos are being led on by their senior safety, Brock Bueno, in the wheelchair. So obviously Brock's not going to be playing. So, Bryce, that's probably a little emotional down there for Uncle Bryce.
Yeah, he might end up playing this game. He gets enough adrenaline pumping, he'll pop out of the chair.
Yeah, just jump out of that wheelchair and go. Hippos kneeling in the end zone, trying to get ready for national anthem coming up here in just a moment.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot different game than we saw at Conley. Conley was on space and speed, and talking to Coach LaPlante, Georgetown's a little more of a power team, so I'll put our defense up against their power, and it should be a good one.
Yeah, I think it's going to be an early test for Landon Watson and Lordsville Ua, Braylon Sugg, Amir Ward, that front defensive line for the Hippos. And, if they can stop that run early on and maybe force the Eagles into something that is maybe not their comfort zone, then that certainly works in the Hippos' favor. But, yeah, I think this might be one of those games that isn't a normal, typical Hutto Georgetown game, in that it might actually go kind of fast clockwise. So we're waiting for the color guard to come on the game. This is the pink out game, annual pink out game for the Hippos. It's been pink out all day, pink everywhere.
Everywhere.
Certainly it's become a tradition for Hutto to have an annual pink out game. Kerry Wright and a couple other staff members for years have been selling pink out T-shirts. They've raised, probably in the 8 or 9 years they've done it, they've probably raised over $125,000.
It's got to be 6 digits.
Yeah, and money that all stays in the local community and goes to folks battling cancer, not just breast cancer, but other kinds of cancer as well. Just about set for the national anthem from the Hippo Band.
Prior to the national anthem, let us pause for a moment and remember those who have battled for their lives and those family members who have lost others to cancer. The pride of Hutto Marching Band and our national anthem.
Hippo Band getting a little assistance from middle schoolers tonight. It's middle school band night, so Hippo Band's always large. In fact, about 250 members, and halftime is going to be full of band folks down there as the middle school bands are joining. We're working on Bryce's microphone. We think it's not Bryce's mic. We think it's a connection up here in the booth. So Bryce, we'll keep.
All right, you there?
Yeah, you're good right now.
Yeah. If I'm back here on the track, it's good. Yeah, Todd, you asked me to go introduce myself to the sideline reporter for Georgetown's SHN group, and nice guy, David English. And I think, talking to them, both sides are kind of really don't know what to expect tonight. With us not playing Lamar, them playing a, fairly easy pre-district, but although they did get beat by Stephenville last week, which is a really good 4A team, it's kind of up in the air, so it's going to be interesting as this game starts.
Yeah, and obviously we all know there's never any shame in losing to Stephenville, perennial power, almost every year. So, and I think from things I heard, that game revolved a lot around turnovers too. So,
I think, and really, not much offense from Georgetown. Pretty decent offense on Stephenville, and really good. I think what we're going to see tonight's a really good defense out of Georgetown.
Captains coming to the middle of the field. Number 9, Josh Gonzalez for the Hippos, along with Tyler Kelly. Number 52, who is Alexander Velasquez, and number 24, Sadavian Robinson, captains for the Hippos tonight. And I guess honorary captain probably. I mean, he's still a captain, Brock Bueno, down there on his wheelchair. Where'd he go?
Well, he got wheeled off to the side. They don't want him getting hit.
Not going to let him stay on the
he had
sidelines.
strict instructions from his doctor to stay far away.
Well, I think his doctor didn't even want him at the game tonight, and I said, try to stop that.
Yeah, Dean told me that, said, he wasn't supposed to be here, but here he is. Well, you would do the same thing. I would. Ryan would, too.
Oh, exactly. Well, you're not getting hurt any worse.
Yeah, exactly, right. A little bit of a surprise at the Georgetown crowd. There's some holes in the stands over there. It could be, like Ryan said, could be just traffic trying to get over here and get parked and get into the stadium.
Well, my son Hayden down here on the – I mentioned that. Parking lots are –
Yeah.
Looking out, they're probably trying to find places in the neighborhoods to park because I don't see a lot of parking spots out there.
Yeah, they're starting to park on grass areas and probably some places that some of our operations folks would rather them not park. Hang on, Bryce. We got to just keep our wire just right.
Get that line right.
Yeah.
I said it could be good fee income for the city of Hutto tonight. A lot of parking tickets.
Yeah, or tow company.
Tow trucks.
Yeah. Seems like big events is when towing companies probably make their money for a year.
Probably most of them down at ACL Fest, I would bet.
That's what I'm thinking, too, along with Uber drivers and Lyft drivers and other folks. Well, the Hippos are going to receive the kickoff. I assume that they probably won the toss and decided to receive. Back deep for the Hippos, number 16, Jordan Phoenix, along with
don't think we're going to have the win we have coming in from the east, which is kind of strange.
That is strange.
Really not right now going to be a help or a hurt to either team.
It's the second home game in a row that we've had win coming in from the east.
Yeah. Kicker for Georgetown, we'll get his number in a second, but their play-by-play guy told me that their number 1 kicker might be out this game. There's a high pooch kick going to bounce at the 35. Boy, 2 Hippos bang into each other. It's taken at the 35 and lunging forward, or at the 25. Lunging forward to about the 29.
Yeah, that
Jordan Phoenix.
Same pooch punt or pooch kickoff that we've been seeing all year. That seems to be the new trend in high school.
It really is, and of course that particular time they let it bounce instead of running up there and catching it.
Wow.
So the Hippos are going to start 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line. Quarterback will be Grayson Doggett, and coming out with him will be tailback Kendall Williams. He'll have 2 receivers to the left, Trey Pinelli along with Dejon Harrison, split 2 receivers to the right, Josh Gonzalez on the right side, and get the neck, probably, I'm not sure who the other one was. Snap back to Doggett, straight drop, get some pressure, throwing right, high pass, ooh, almost intercepted. Intended for Josh Gonzalez. Actually, that one was probably intended
for Jared Bealey.
Jared Bealey.
Yeah.
Threw it a little high and had a defender for the Georgetown Eagles that almost picked that one up off the ground.
Lucky that wasn't picked off. Grayson had some time back in the pocket and just sailed it a little high, and oftentimes that's when those get picked. That they go high over the receiver, and there happens to be a defender waiting right there to pick it up.
Definitely say he's probably a little pumped right now.
Yeah,
so
a little bit of adrenaline for Grayson in his first Hippo-Georgetown matchup. 2nd down and 10, snap back, empty backfield, trying to set up a screen to Harrison, and he's buried at the 29-yard line before he could get going. Georgetown had that one read well. They had plenty of defenders out there.
Yeah, stacked 4 receivers over there and kind of telegraphed that one the whole way.
Should know what's coming, huh, Ryan?
Yeah, never really a doubt on who was getting the ball there. To the far side of the field, too, the ball took a long time to get over there. They had a lot of time to rally and get the tackler.
So 3rd down and 10 for the Hippos at their 29-yard line. Just underway. They took the opening kickoff. Kendall Williams in the backfield. 3 receivers to the right, single receiver left. Snap back to Doggett, straight drop, looking. Now he's pressured, rolling to his right, throwing deep. He's got Dejon Harrison. He's caught at the 35-30, 25-20, 10-5, Hippo touchdown. So Grayson Doggett got some pressure, rolled to his right. Dejon Harrison had gotten behind the defenders, and he hauls it in and takes it to the house for the Hippo touchdown. 71 yards, Doggett to Dejon Harrison on a 3rd and 10.
What a beautiful pass, too. Grayson feels the pressure and rolls out to his right and just hits him on in stride, and Dejon obviously breaks away.
All right, so great start for the Hippos. Great job by Grayson, and then Dejon to continue to get himself open. Point after attempt to come. Snap back, hold down, kick is up, and it is good. 11 minutes to go in the first quarter. We've played 1 minute. Hippos lead at 7-0. You're listening to Hutto Hippo Football on hipposports.com and the SHN Sports Network.
A-Plus Federal Credit Union is a longtime supporter of Hutto ISD. Earn cash back and support Hippo Nation with the student-designed A-Plus FCU Hutto ISD Hippo debit card. When you use your Hippo debit card, you and Hutto ISD both earn up to 10 cents with every purchase. Hutto ISD has received over $71,000 in cash back from A-Plus FCU members since August 2016. Stop by the Hutto branch on Ed Schmidt Boulevard to get your card and start earning today. Membership required, insured by NCUA.
Welcome back to Hutto Memorial Stadium. Hippos take the opening kickoff, and a big 3rd and 10 play. Grayson Doggett connects with Dejon Harrison on a 71-yard touchdown, and the Hippos strike first and lead at 7-0 1 minute into the ball game.
Yeah, beautiful throw by Grayson again.
There's that high pooch kick, going to be fair caught by the Eagles at the 23, 24-yard line. Nice kick, and good job by the Hippo coverage team. Force that fair catch. Well, Bryce, that was kind of exciting.
Yeah, I tell you, 3rd and 10, it wasn't looking very good. I was thinking Brody Boyno, a freshman who's brought up this week, might get his first punt. But, man, that was huge for momentum there.
Well, great job by Grayson, too, on the rollout to spot Dejon behind the defense, and just a big first strike for the Hippos.
Like we always talk about, too, what a weapon to have as a quarterback. Just a guy you can throw that up to and know he'll go get it.
So Eagles 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line, trying to run a little reverse, and going to be a reverse pass, and it is knocked away. Well defended by the Hippos. Dejon Harrison, fresh off that touchdown, hung with the receiver. Georgetown comes out with a little bag of tricks.
Yeah, I think they were watching the Conley game last week. Conley came out with a verse last week, and we weren't ready for it. I guess we
I think we're tonight. And I tell you, Ryan, that was that big number 14 receiver you and I were talking about pregame.
Down there.
What, 6'6"?
215? They've got him listed as a tight end.
2nd down and 10 for the Eagles. One man in the backfield. Handoff goes to him up the middle, and a great job by that defensive line of the Hippos to swallow him up. Braylon Sugg on the tackle. Running back was number 23, Ryan Eddy.
Yeah, just running into that black hole.
So now the Eagles will have a 3rd down and 10 situation. Let's see if the Hippo defense can do a better job on 3rd and 10 than the Eagle defense did on 3rd and 10 against the Hippos. They spread 3 receivers to the left, 2 receivers right. Empty backfield look for their quarterback, number 8, Darson Herman. Put a man in motion. Now he sets up behind Herman with a straight drop. Looking left, throwing deep, and way overthrown. So good job by the Hippo defense on that first series.
It's going to be interesting tonight. Georgetown really spreads out our defense. They've got receivers lined up from sideline to sideline, and I think they're looking to kind of beat us with speed, but we're not really the team that you're going to beat with speed on defense, so it'll be interesting to see how they adjust to that.
Well, and we're seeing sophomore quarterback for Georgetown that Grayson's played against since 7th grade, a big kid, probably 6'2", 6'3", 215. Brother played back here in 2016 and is at Incarnate Word now, so athletic family.
Yeah, 2 sophomore quarterbacks. Dejon Harrison back deep to receive the punt, and it's out of bounds and see where they end up spotting it. Going to be around the 40, maybe based on the angle, might have been a little further up. Still walking, and right at the 40. So
good call.
No return by the Hippos, but they're going to have great field position, 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line, leading 7-0, 9:59 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, and I think if we see Herman in, he's more of a power runner. He's definitely a dozer package, but
yeah, they
throws the ball decent, but not real good downfield. So we just got to watch him on the run.
Yeah, they got a little quarterback platoon there. Number 7, Jordan Oldorp is the I think he's more the thrower, and Herman's the runner. 1st and 10 for the Hippos. Kendall Williams in the backfield with Grayson Doggett. Snap back. Handoff goes to Williams, trying to get the middle, and good penetration by the defensive line of the Eagles, and he goes nowhere. Might have lost a yard back to the 39.
Yeah, like we talked about, they got a big old defensive line down there too. Kind of rivals our defensive line in size, and so it's going to be interesting to see if either team has much success running in the inside.
Yeah, I think we need to definitely use the speed factor tonight.
2nd down and 11, loss of a yard, 2 receivers right, 2 left. Blitz look coming, straight snap back to Dejon Harrison, trying to break a tackle, spins out of 1, but he's wrestled down at the 41-yard line, only picked up 2 yards. So a little different look for the Hippos, going with a straight snap.
Yeah, it's the first time we've seen that one all year.
Well, I think we just have to get Dejon, you got to get him 14, 15, 16 touches a game.
At least. Yeah, you got to get the ball into your playmakers' hands and let them make plays. So 3rd down and 9 for the Hippos. 9:04 to go in the first quarter. Hippos leading 7-0. Their last 3rd and long situation turned out well. We'll see what this one does. Blitz look from the Eagles, trying to come. Grayson over the middle is caught by Josh Gonzalez at the 45-yard line in Georgetown territory. Great job by Grayson to look left and then come back to the middle and find Josh Gonzalez kind of dragging across that H.
He had Kendall Williams swinging off left, and that pulled the linebackers
Well, they're trying to go fast.
Boy, they're going fast. Handoff goes to Dejon across the 40, or Kendall Williams across the 40 down to the 35-yard line. Yeah, Georgetown almost was caught with too many men on the field as Hippos, as they've tended to do this year after a big play, they get up there and line up and go NASCAR. 3 receivers to the left side, single receiver right, 1 man in the backfield. 2nd down and 4 needed for the Hippos at the 36-yard line. Handoff to Kendall Williams, trying to go right. Good job by the Eagles to tackle him at the 35-yard line. I heard somebody down there say face mask.
Yeah, that was me. Looked like they got us on the face mask, but no call.
Yeah, going back to that 3rd down play, it was a well-designed play. Grayson looking for Kendall, swinging out left, and they got their linebackers flowing left and was able to find Jared Bealey right across the middle.
So 3rd down and 4, ball at the 36-yard line. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Kendall Williams in the backfield with Doggett, steps up, looks to be changing the play. Again, a little bit of a blitz look from the Eagles. Now they're dropping back. Now Grayson's throwing over the middle and a little too high, intended for Dejon Harrison. Grayson doing a good job of avoiding the pressure.
Yeah, he's moving around well in the pocket, and he's doing a good job of staying in there. But yeah, it's the second time we've seen him sail it high. I'm with you, Bryce. I think maybe he's a little bit amped up, even more so after that first touchdown.
Well, this is one of those you kind of a little bit in no man's land right here at the 36-yard line. So the Hippos, I think, are going to go for this. 4th down, they need 4. Be great if you could draw them offside.
Yeah, with RD, I think I'd take this chance.
I agree. Snap back. Quick pass. Caught at the 30-yard line, across the 30 down to the 25-yard line. It's number 7, Jay Lambert.
His
Grayson
security
goes,
blanket.
goes to his go-to man on 3rd down.
Jay just never got involved in that Conley game, and we just have him be in there.
Yeah, well, Grayson finds him early here in this one, and it's a 1st down at the 26-yard line for the Hippos. 7:15 to go in the first quarter. Hutto leading 7-0. This time they line up two men in the backfield with Doggett, single receiver right and 2 left. Handoff going to Harrison, trying to get to the left side, get outside, across the 25-20, cuts back inside to the 15, and the ball comes loose. There's a scramble for it, and it's into the end zone, and the Eagles have recovered it. So Dejon Harrison fighting for a little bit extra yards. Ball was knocked loose as he was diving forward. There was a scramble at about the 2-yard line. Looked like a Hippo had it, but it squirted free again, got into the end zone, and Georgetown recovers it, and they'll have a touchback. Well, that's a big turnover for the Hippos as they were moving the ball, looking to increase their
trying to go up by 2 scores early.
Well, you were right. Dejon fighting for some yardage, went airborne and got hit hard in the air and just happened to lose the ball. But, can't say bad for the effort.
No, the effort was there. But, this is the kind of game where turnovers can make a big difference, so now the Hippos need to try to get one back.
Well, and look for a big play here by Georgetown, try to go deep or something.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line for the Eagles. Herman, the quarterback, hands off, going up the middle, nowhere to run. Number 23, Ryan Eddy.
Or the complete opposite of that.
Well, I don't know that they have that real big strike ability. I'm sure that's possible, but I just don't think they have the kind of weapons that maybe they've had in the past.
Well, I think their best passing weapon is going to be number 14, the big 6'6" receiver. Just throw it up, and we don't have a guy that's near tall enough to get him.
Put a man in motion, going from right to left, swinging a pass out, screen pass to the left side, and great job by the Hippos to defend that before he could ever get any blockers and turn it upfield. It was complete to number 88, Cade Lachlan, and Sadavian Robinson got out there in the flat and wrestled him down for no gain. I thought it was going to be a loss.
Well,
but,
like we said, it's going to be they're trying to beat us with speed right now, and I don't think that's the way to beat us. That being said, I don't think they're going to beat us going up the middle
I don't know
either,
if beating us with power is a good thing either.
Nope. So 3rd down and 9 for the Eagles. Empty backfield for Herman. Rolling to his right. Being chased, still chased, looking, and now he just throws it out of bounds. Great job. Boy, he had heavy pressure coming from behind him with Sadavian Robinson, and
kind of running for his life there.
Absolutely. So another great defensive series by the Hippos, 2 3-and-outs, and they should end up with good field position once again. Defense has done a great job. Offense has moved the ball both times, just had that unfortunate turnover on their last one.
Yeah, you kind of feel way more of a sense of focus this week than we saw last week against Conley. Obviously, that was kind of a look-ahead spot, and it's good to see them coming out sharp.
Punt away. Going to be fielded right at midfield by Harrison. Goes left, cuts back right, and now just going to be wrestled down right in the middle of the H in Georgetown territory, about the 48-yard line. Hey, got to give a shout-out to somebody or two people that we miss greatly here at Hippo Nation, and that's Steve and Lisa Van Meter. Lisa just texted in, said they're listening, and of course you knew Van would be listening to the Georgetown game. Yeah,
is he not he doesn't like Georgetown?
Had to just get off the golf course and listen to the game. So,
I think I don't think Van liked Georgetown very much when he was here.
I don't think Van liked anybody we played, did he? Did he even like us?
He faked it. Yeah, we miss them a lot. I hope they're doing great. 1st and 10 for the Hippos. Swing pass to the left side. Good job by the Eagle defense again. Swung it to Kendall Williams out of the backfield, running left. Got back up to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
Doing a much better job this week of getting the ball into our playmakers' hands quickly. I think the past couple of weeks we've been kind of sitting back and trying to make things happen and throw the ball down the field instead of just getting them to it quick and let them do what they do best, which is make moves and beat people.
2nd down and 10 for the Hippos. Tell you, hadn't had any success on 1st and 2nd down so far. Handoff this time to Kendall Williams, breaks free across the 40-yard line.
Just as you say, Todd.
Yeah, they're going to say he was down at the 40, 2 yards short of the first down. And Hippos lining up fast. They need 2, 3rd and 2. 4:45 to go in the first quarter. Hutto leads at 7-0. Little power package, it looks like. Handoff goes to Williams. Starts middle, turns back left, and fights enough for the first down to the 36-yard line. Good little first step by Kendall to kind of suck him in and then kicked it out to the left.
And good patience there, too, to not just try to jam it right up the middle, but wait for things to develop and then able to bounce it out and gain a first down.
Well, we saw that in Kendall last week, a little in-step and out. And what you get with Kendall versus Mackay is you get a little more size. And I think not quite as quick, but he can run.
Here's an interesting look. Hippos stacked 4 receivers here on the left side.
We did this earlier. I wonder if we're going to do something a little different.
On the right.
Yep.
Looking left, heavy pressure, and Grayson's going to be sacked all the way back at the 45-yard line. Well, not sure what the ultimate goal is on that play. I don't know if you're trying to set up a screen.
I think we telegraphed that exactly. If we came out first drive, lined up 4 guys on the left side, and threw a screen pass to Dejan, they ate it up. We come out in the exact same formation. We were trying to fake it to Dejan and have Trey Pinelli running deep, and they were all over that.
Yeah, and you're on the not only 4 to the left side, but short side. Right. So you got a lot of people over here.
Well, loss of 9, so 2nd down and 19. There's a busted play, and Kendall Williams is going to be tackled. Well, he squirts forward, gets a couple of yards, but Grayson turned one way. Kendall was on the other side on the handoff. So
yeah, and
what was a very positive drive for the Hippos now all of a sudden faces a 3rd down and 16.
Well, maybe try to get half of it back here, and then you're still in 4th down territory. You wonder if that's just attributed to less reps, them working together over the past couple weeks, and that's just kind of a miscommunication there.
So 3 receivers to the left, single receiver right, 1 man goes in motion. That's Jay Lambert from left to right. Straight drop, setting up a screen to Dejon Harrison. He's got the 40, cuts back inside, and then outside to the 35, 30, 25, 20, cuts back inside, 10, 5, touchdown Hippos. Oh, my golly. He put some Chooks moves on
I was about to say, he glitched just like Chooks used to last year.
We got a new joystick.
Oh.
Dejon. He put a couple of guys on the ground with some moves.
We got a lot of brocos on that far sideline.
Talk about making your quarterback look good.
Brock might need to share his wheelchair. Wow. Dejon takes it in for the touchdown.
That last guy, 28, he didn't know what to do.
That poor guy's going to be on the highlight reel for the rest of his career.
Snap back, hold down, kick up, and it is good. So 2 big plays that put the Hippos up 14-0 with 2:57 to go in the first quarter. You're listening to Hutto Hippo Football on hipposports.com in the SHN Sports Network.
ACDI, Al Clausen Disposal, supports the Hippo Nation. ACDI is a locally owned family company that specializes in solid waste services, including residential, recycling, commercial, and roll-off. Al Clausen Disposal has grown into a top 100 ranked corporation. Their mission is simple. They're committed to providing safe, reliable, and environmentally sound waste solutions at cost-effective rates while embracing new ideas to reduce the carbon footprint. Al Clausen Disposal, your local choice for all your collection and disposal needs. ACDI says go Hippos!
Welcome back to Hutto Memorial Stadium, where Dejon Harrison just strikes again. Tell you what, Hippos, 2 touchdowns, 2 big plays from Dejon, and that one.
Well, you talk about make up for a turnover. I'll take that.
I doubt that Chooks is listening out in Lubbock because they're getting ready for Oklahoma State tomorrow morning. But if he is, that was very Chooksish of Dejon. Pooch kick by the Hippos, returned up to the 38-yard line. Eagles will set up 1st and 10, returned by number 26, Braden Wilson.
Yeah, I'm going to say there's a 100% chance that Chooks is not listening to this game right now.
Yeah. Well, maybe somebody is, and they can tell him that he left a legacy.
Joystick 2.
Joystick number 2. That one was like circle, triangle, X, circle. I don't even know all the different
code,
buttons.
Yeah. I have never seen some of those moves on that run.
That was crazy. 1st and 10 for the Eagles at the 38-yard line. Herman's still the quarterback.
Boy, look at number 14 back there. He just towers above everybody.
He is very tall up back. Snap back to Herman. Going to keep it. Fakes a handoff left. Keeps it. And, boy, I tell you, he actually ran over a Hippo. That doesn't happen very often. I think he kind of laid into Xavier Phoenix. Ran over
that's that dozer package we talked about earlier. He's a good-sized kid.
He's not a small guy.
He lowered his shoulder, and Xavier, I don't think, was ready for that. 2nd down and 2 for the Eagles. Really, their first real positive gain of the night.
Yeah, and that's what they've got to go with if they're going to have success against this defense.
Well, they go empty backfield this time, put a man in motion from right to left. Now he sets up over in that right slot, and Herman just running it straight forward. There's that power package you're talking about. Just enough, I think, for the 1st down. Their first down of the ball game with 2:08 to go in the first quarter. Hutto leading 14-0.
Yeah, a different look here for Georgetown this drive. They figured out they need to run the quarterback. That's a guy we have not accounted for up to this point, and we'll see how we adjust. But look for them to slip number 14 out down the middle. He's just such a big boy.
Snap back to Herman, fakes the handoff, looking to throwing deep right side, and it is caught. Wow, nice catch. Tell you what, wasn't bad coverage by number 16, Jordan Phoenix.
Just never got his head turned around.
No, he didn't, and number 85, Brandon Bradford, just picked it up off of Jordan's helmet.
Yeah, well, and a great ball, too. Just put it right in
all the way down to the 15-yard line, and Hippo into the field, and the Eagles are threatening. Snap back to Herman, running right, trying to pick up a lead block, and he's tackled for a loss back to the 20-yard line. Great job by the Hippos. So Davian Robinson on the tackle.
Yeah, it looked like Landon was the one that slowed him down. Came from the backside and caught him and slung him down.
So going to be 2nd down and 15 now for the Eagles after that loss of 5. See a pink towel laying back at about the 14-yard line. Thought that it was a flag for a second.
Those are yellow.
Refs got pink flags tonight.
That'd be kind of funny, wouldn't it? Herman keeping it running right again, trying to get outside. And again, good job by the Hippo defense to string him out. Picked up maybe 2 yards to the 18-yard line. Interesting call. Running
that's
short
one
side
of
the field.
I think at some point they're going to have a guy slip out, and he's going to dump one. He's going to dump one to a wide-open guy, so hopefully we're ready for that.
Yeah, if Herman if he's not going north and south, he's not.
Yeah, he's not a big threat.
He's
going
not
east and
super
west.
fast to get around that corner, so we've done a good job with that.
Yeah, he kind of lumbers around.
So 3rd down, and they need about 13 yards. Empty backfield for the Eagles. Put a man in motion right to left. Trying to set up a screen over on the left side. Whoa, I tell you what.
Yeah,
Jay Lambert read that, and if the ball had been where the receiver could catch it, I think Jay would have stepped in front of that.
Yeah, I think that was a good play there by Herman. I think he threw that into the dirt on purpose.
Yeah, he dirted that one.
Yeah, he was protecting his guy.
I think he saw 7 out of the corner of his eye and like,
This might be our first indication of what we heard before the game, that Georgetown's kicker, number 1 kicker, is out, as they're opting to go for this on 4th down and 13 from the 18-yard line. Need to get it all the way down to the 5. Herman with a straight drop, looking over the middle, throwing over the middle, and too much for his receiver in the end zone. And a great job by the Hippos.
Well, it's going to be after the play, but Braylon
have a penalty coming against Braylon.
Braylon hit him late and decided he needed to give him a little extra shove after the fact. But I think they're going to say that was after the play.
Yeah, it should be.
It should still be our ball.
And I don't think it was the quarterback that he was on.
No, it was one of their linemen. They've
That's
been
what I
going
thought.
at it, quite a few plays.
So make sure this is a post-possession foul. The ball was incomplete in the end zone. So it was definitely after the play. We'll see if make sure the officials call it that way. It's going to be a personal foul against the Hippos. Yeah, it is a dead ball, personal foul. So it's going to be the Hippos' ball, but instead of at the 20 or at the 18, probably going to move them back to the 9-yard line. But great job, great stand by the Hippo defense after the big play by the Eagles, got them down to the 15-yard line. Then they went backwards.
Yeah, this is kind of the first time we've seen a really good goal line red zone stand this year from the defense. So obviously, as good as they've been a little bit soft when teams have gotten down into their scoring position, and it's a good thing to see them make a stand there.
Well, and I think we had Georgetown where we want them. You want them throwing the ball.
Absolutely,
and we did a good job there.
So the Hippos take over 1st and 10 at their own 9-yard line. 17 seconds to go in the first quarter. Might be the last play, depending on what happens right here. Snap back, a little pitch to Kendall Williams running right across the 10s. Got the 15, a little bit of outside room, 25, and up near the 30-yard line, brought down at the 28. Well, he got outside, turned that speed on, and the Hippos, just like that, are out of that danger zone.
Boy, all it takes is one little crease, and he is gone.
Well, I tell you, he is a glider.
Yes.
Absolutely. And they're not going to be able to get another snap away before the first quarter runs out. What a great first quarter for the Hippos. They put 2 on the board, both on big plays, and their defense really came to play, at least in that first quarter. Hope that they still have 3 more to go, but they need to keep doing what they're doing. We've played one here in Hutto. It's Hippos 14, Georgetown Eagles nothing. Listen to Hutto Hippo Football on hipposports.com and the SHN Sports Network.
Hutto Family Eye Care has partnered with Hutto ISD for almost 10 years. Hutto Family Eye Care has been the leader and preferred provider of quality vision care products and personalized service to patients in Hutto. Their doctors use only the most advanced, state-of-the-art technology and eye care products available. Give your vision the level of care and attention it deserves. Hutto Family Eye Care on Exchange Boulevard, across the street from the post office.
We played one quarter here in Hutto at Hutto Memorial Stadium in the rivalry game between the Hippos and the Georgetown Eagles. And I tell you, Hippos couldn't have asked for a better first quarter than that one. Lead it 14-0 and have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line to start the second quarter.
Yeah, it really just looks sharp in all facets of the game so far.
Kendall Williams in the backfield along with Grayson Doggett. Handoff goes to Kendall, and good job by the Eagles. Big penetration, number 48. That's Braden Hargrove. Brought him down for about a 2-yard loss.
Still having a little bit of trouble going down in there inside, and I guess we got to show them that, to open up the outside. But boy, it is just a
no going
wall
for either
in
team on the inside so far. Quick pass off to the left to Trey Pinelli. He's wrestled out of bounds at about the 30-yard line, trying to set up a screen over there. Well played by the Georgetown defense.
Yeah, second time we've thrown that screen pass into the far end of the field, and that ball just takes a long time to get over there. That's a long pass, and they've got plenty of time to rally and defend that.
Well, Hippos have them right where they want them, third down and long.
Yep.
Ball at the 30-yard line. Two receivers to the right side. Two receivers off left as well. Kendall Williams in the backfield. Grayson steps over, looks to be getting the play call. Just underway here in the second quarter. Hippos leading 14-0.
I think we were using a Georgetown ball.
Oh, no wonder.
Well, we should get a do-over.
You guys, you got to think Kendall Williams was mainly playing defense two weeks ago, so kind of a cram course right now.
Snap back to Doggett, looking, throwing left. It's caught by Trey Pinelli at the 40. Breaks a
Put that
tackle,
ball
hang
away.
on to the ball, and he does. Boy, I thought he lost it for a second, but
he's
he
kind of swinging it around.
corralled it back in and ends up all the way up to the 48-yard line, and the Hippos will have a 1st and 10. Just take a knee on 1st and 2nd down and go
Grayson's
3rd and 10 every time.
He looks very poised back there on 3rd down. He's putting it in the right spot, putting it on the money, and finding the open guy.
So 1st and 10 for the Hippos, still moving. 3 receivers right, single receiver left side. Kendall Williams in the backfield. Handoff goes to him. Got a little bit of hole across the 45 down to the 40-yard line and eagle end of the field.
Hey, like we said, that's all he needs is just a little bit of a crease. And, boy, does he have some accelerators on him.
Well, the Hippos are doing such a good job of opening holes and mixing up the plays, too. Handoff again across the 40 down to the 36-yard line. Pick up a 4. Just great play calling right now.
Georgetown has no idea what's happening, and now we're going fast too. They don't have time to think about it or sub. They got to be getting tired.
2nd down, 6 needed. Ball at 36-yard line. Stacked 3 receivers over here on the right side near the line. Straight drop. Quick release again by Grayson. That one sails on him just a little bit.
Yeah, he had somebody flash in front of him and just took that pass a little high. But
tell you,
he just wanted to get 3rd down.
Exactly. Needs to get 3rd and long. Of course, this one's 3rd and 6. I don't know. I'm not sure where we classify long, but Bryce, Grayson's release seems to be really quick tonight. I don't know if it's quicker than normal, but it just seems like
he's beat up the last couple games. I think he's ready to get rid of that
everything's
ball.
Probably a little quick tonight.
3rd down, 6 needed. 36-yard line, snap back, straight drop, looking deep, throwing deep, and looking to break open and just over the fingertips of Dejon Harrison. I tell you, if that pass would have been 1 foot shorter, it would have been another touchdown for Dejon.
Or
it looked like Dejon got tangled up with 2 guys, or he probably would have got there.
Yeah, they had 3 guys all run with him, but he had a step on him, and boy, Grayson just put that one a little past him.
Well, you can't say enough about the Hutto O-line tonight. I mean, they're giving Grayson good time, and, we've got a couple key guys out and still holding in there well.
Well, it's in that spot again where they're going to go for it on 4th down. 4th down, they need 6. Snap back, straight drop, looking left, throwing left, got a man, hauls it in at the 20-yard line, I think.
Yep.
It is Trey Pinelli at the 20, give him the 21. So another Hippo 1st down. Boy, they are converting on 3rds and 4th downs.
Great find there by Grayson. They've sort of cover 2 look, and Trey just found that corner route, just sat there and waited for that ball.
Yeah,
a little bit high by Grayson, but Trey was able to jump up and corral it.
Talk about somebody's had a couple good weeks. Trey had a big week last week, and
he's our
doing it
again
this week.
Yeah, he was a player of the game, offense and defense last week. Hand off to Grayson's going to have to keep this one. Again, busted play from little rough after they blew the whistle to sling Grayson down. That's twice that Kendall and Grayson have had a little misexchange on the handoff, and Grayson did the smart thing and just held on to it, but it's going to result in a loss back to the 26-yard line.
So we're just setting up for 3rd and long. It's okay.
Yeah. Second down, 16 needed for the Hippos. 8:45 to go in the second quarter. They lead at 14-0. Boy, it'd be nice to get up by 3 scores, wouldn't it? Put a man in motion, going from left to right, and they were. Tell you what, they were setting up a little run pass. They did a little what looked like a jet sweep to Jared Bealey. Jared Bealey was going to throw it, I believe, to Josh Gonzalez down the right side, but the Hippos had an illegal motion and moved back 5 yards.
Well, yeah, I think Kendall had a little movement as Bealey came across, and that's what they got called on.
Yeah, that's tough too.
I didn't.
They get enough to see that. Now they know that play.
Yeah, I don't know if it was going to work. I guess everybody kind of stopped, so you don't really know if Josh was going to break open. Well, second down and call it 20 for the Hippos. Back to the 31-yard line now. 2 receivers right side, single left. Williams in the backfield with Doggett. Straight drop. He's got time, throwing over the middle, and intercepted by the Eagles. Returning it to the 25. He's got room to the 30 and then runs out of bounds about the 34-yard line. And be sure you don't get a flag for a late hit out of bounds. And that one was probably ill-advised by Grayson. Threw that one into traffic. It was tipped by number 20, Saul De La Rosa, and did a good job of concentrating on it. Once he tipped it up, he hung with it and
yeah, tipped it up. Thought he was going to drop it. Got hit by his own guy, but like you said, he did a good job of concentrating and hauled that one in. So that's tough. That would have been.
Well, I'll tell you,
that would have been huge.
That's 2 turnovers for the Hippos tonight. A fumble, interception, and both times they've come on drives where the Hippos were moving the ball. So I would say turnovers is the only thing keeping the Eagles in the game so far. Hippos leading 14-0, 8:08 to go in the second quarter. Well, Hippo defense, one thing about that, even though it results in nothing, they were on the field for a long time, so the defense is able to rest. Herman swings a pass to the right. There's your big number 14 across the 45 and near the first down. Number 14, Jacob Trussell. Well, you said they were going to get him the ball.
They have to. That wasn't how I expected they'd get him the ball, though. It doesn't look like he's got a lot of speed. I expected more of a possession type route, but obviously that one worked. Got a first down.
Just enough for the first down at the 48-yard line. 3 receivers left side for the Eagles. 1 man in the backfield with Herman. Nobody on the right side, so figure they're probably going to the left. Herman fakes a handoff, keeps it across midfield. Again, trying to run over some Hippos, and he does. Barrels across the 45 and Hippo into the field down to the 43-yard line.
Yeah, he's definitely a little bigger than Travis Taylor. And
yeah,
Taylor got him down, but it was about 5 yards after contact.
Yeah, got a couple of shots in on him, but he got a couple of shots,
too. I think he won those battles. Yeah, this is the first big quarterback that we've seen all year.
So second down, 1 yard needed. Snap back to Herman. Fakes a handoff, gets some pressure, rolls to his right, now throwing deep, and he's got a man and overthrows him at the 10-yard line. Intended it for number 88, Cade Laughlin. Just overthrow him. That's probably a good down to do that. You had second down and a yard.
Yeah, and you figure they probably got two plays here to get 1 yard.
Exactly 7 minutes to go in the first half. Hutto leading 14-0. Hippos have really dominated this half, but could be up by more than 14-0. Just hope that those turnovers don't come back to get you. You just need to get a couple of takeaways yourself. Third down, 1 yard, and there's a little motion against the Eagles. I tell you, about 3 Hippo coaches had run out on the field saying there's a penalty before the official pulled his flag out and threw it.
Well, he moved twice, so you got to catch one of them.
Yeah, you got a 50% chance of.
Well, and if you're Georgetown, you got to be kicking yourself there. That's the only thing you can't do. You got 3rd and 1, probably 2 plays to get the first down. All of a sudden, you move yourself back into 3rd and 6.
So move it back to the 48-yard line, 3rd down and 6. Empty backfield, 3 receivers right side, 2 left. Herman looking right, throwing, and ball's tipped as it leaves his hand. So now an interesting situation for the Eagles. They've got a 4th down. They need 6, and you figure they're probably going to punt right here. You can't risk giving the Hippos the ball near midfield. I thought they were bringing a punt team on, but I think they're not. They started on the field, and they turned around and ran back off. So Eagles are going to go for this. 6:56 to go. They're going to
think about it a little more.
You know what? And what that tells me too, if you're even thinking about this, is that might be a little bit of a statement of we're not stopping you, and you've been pretty much stopping us, and we might better take a chance while we can.
So far, the only thing that's been stopping us is us.
Exactly. So the Eagles call a timeout to think about this one. 6:56 to go in the first half. Hutto leading 14-0, and yeah, you wonder if they'll do it or if they'll quick kick or try to draw us off sides.
Well, even drawing us offside only gets them to 4th and 1. So I would.
It just makes it gets you to 4th and 1, but it makes it a whole lot easier than to run a play.
Yeah,
and
I
get
mean,
it.
it's worth a shot, but then you also risk one of their guys jumping too. And
I think we've seen Georgetown quick kick it before too, so wouldn't put that out of the question.
well, they've also got a 6'6" guy, so wouldn't put it past just putting him right in the middle and dumping it off to him.
Well, they've got their full offensive package in there, so Herman in at quarterback. He's got Ryan Eddy behind him. Now Eddie steps up beside him, and he steps back, and
there goes that
quick kick. Ball bounces at the 5 and into the end zone for a touchback. I know these Georgetown Eagles boys.
I was wishing that ball in.
Yeah,
Something we got to
thank
watch.
you,
You
Bryce.
Dejon Harrison wasn't even in the last series of offense because he's going both ways, and he's already run a lot tonight, so he's definitely going to have to kind of take some breathers here and there.
Yeah, definitely got to be sure that he's fresh in the second half. Yeah, obviously, we haven't mentioned it, but of course we haven't called Mekhi Kimball's name tonight, and Mekhi is out for this ball game, so that's a big loss for the Hippos. But Kendall Williams obviously is able to fill in admirably. It's just certainly hurts your depth.
Yeah,
First
and something we've already struggled with.
Oh, high snap over Grayson's head, and he just falls on it back inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
I'll tell you, we've had several of those that Grayson's barely got his hands on, and that one was just way too high.
Yeah, it's a good thing Grayson can jump real high and get those.
I don't know if he got off the ground, but
yeah, you just got to be careful here. So second down and long, about 20 yards needed now for the Hippos. They're back inside their 10-yard line, and again, outside of Hippos have just completely dominated, but have had about 3 mistakes that have kept this one from getting too out of hand. Stretch 3 receivers to the left. Little handoff. Kendall trying to bounce it outside. Gets the 15 to 20, trying to break free at the 30 and wrestled down at the 32-yard line. Got enough for the first down and a late hit on flag against Georgetown.
Yeah, I think that's a frustration penalty there on Georgetown. We had 2nd and 22, and he breaks a couple tackles, able to get a first down, and then they just come in late.
Well, I have to give a shout-out to my dad tonight. He stayed at home, wasn't feeling good, and I think he likes listening to us anyway, but I guarantee he'd get mad at me if I was making fun of Grayson not jumping.
Larry gets feeling better. Hey, he is a model granddad in terms of how many times he gets out to watch his grandboys play sports.
Doesn't miss much. And,
and
I tell you, he wishes that live video would work on Friday nights.
I know, we do too.
We do too.
He said he might not ever come.
Yeah. Nobody's still been able to explain to us why the UL has that crazy rule that you can't stream it on Friday nights. Any other time's fine, and any other sport is fine, but Friday night football you can't do. So march off of 15.
And any other state is fine.
Exactly. So march off of 15 moves it all the way up to the 47-yard line. Hippos had a 2nd down and 21 inside their 10, and now they got a 1st and 10 at the 47. That worked out well. There's a pitch to Williams trying to get outside left, and nice job by the Eagles to tackle him for a loss. Number 37, Taylor Bell.
Yeah, that was
Taylor
just kind
Bell's
of unfortunate timing there. They were already slanting to the right, and that's what the same
kind of read that.
Yeah.
They read that from the backside and really pursued what.
Well, Bell's their linebacker that's committed to UL Monroe. Talking to their play-by-play guy for the game, said he's a legit player. So 2nd down and a long again for the Hippos. Need 15. Keep finding themselves in long situations, but they've been able to get out of it. Grayson throws to the left side. Pickup of about a yard to Trey Pinelli up to the 43, so another 3rd and long for the Hippos.
Which is where we want them.
Down to 4:50 to go in the first half. Hutto leading 14-0. Sure would be nice to get another score right before the half. Last thing you want to do is give them the ball, let them score before half, and then they get the ball to start the second half.
Especially considering how much we've dominated this game up to this point.
Snap back. Grayson throwing deep. Oh, his receiver stopped. Trey Pinelli stopped on the route, and Grayson threw it deep, and Georgetown defender looked like he was going to intercept it at about the 25. Ball sailed out of bounds, so the Hippos failed to convert on that one.
Yeah, I'm not so. He was trying to toe the sidelines and intercept, and I'm not so sure that interception wouldn't have been better there. We'll see how the punt goes. Basically a de facto punt.
Well, I believe is that Brody down there to punt?
That is Brody. So
brother goes out with an injury, and Brock, and then Brody Bueno, freshman, steps in for his first action, and before he can punt, Hippos are going to have motion and move back 5 yards. Well, this will be our first time to see him, but talk is that he can kick it.
Oh, he was kicking it before the game. Looked pretty good.
Well, we say a freshman. He's a man-sized freshman. He goes 6'2", about 200, so he's not a typical freshman.
No. In middle school, he was always a man among boys.
Smooth one, Brody.
Stands at his 25. Eagles looking like they want to bring pressure. Gets it away. Nice punt.
Good kick.
Bounces at the 35-yard line and kicks out of bounds right there. So good job by Brody to get the kick away and no return, and the Eagles will set up 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line. 4:16 to go in the first half. Hutto leads it 14-0, and again, you feel like that it could be even more.
Yeah, just kind of keep digging ourselves in a hole on offense, and kind of been lucky that first quarter getting out of long situations, and it'll eventually. That's like making a lot of 8-foot par putts. So eventually, it'll catch up with you.
Yeah. Well, you know the Hippos' defense is probably going to come up with a turnover of their own at some point as well. 1st and 10. Faking the handoff. Herman throwing to his right. Complete at the 40-yard line. Fighting for about another extra yard was number 88, Cade Laughlin, for the Eagles.
Yeah, he's kind of been their go-to guy so far this year, and that's the first time we've heard his name so far.
You know, we hadn't seen the Florida Atlantic commit, Isaiah Fillmore, and you know, he didn't do much against us last year, and hadn't even seen him on the field tonight.
2nd down and 2 yards needed for the Eagles. Faking the handoff, looking to throw. That's a backwards pass, and great job by the Hippos to wrap up number 80, Jake McCown, for a loss.
Well played out there by Sadavian.
McCown, probably a good thing McCown caught that, because it was, I'm almost certain it was a lateral.
You know, somebody else we hadn't seen a lot of, we saw a lot of last couple of years, R.J. Moreno, the running back.
Yeah, I was thinking the
hadn't
same
seen
thing.
him in the game.
So back to the 38-yard line, set up now 3rd and 7 for the Eagles. Herman looking left. Now he's tackled. That's a fumble picked up by the Hippos at the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, and wrestled down inside the 5. Ball's on the ground. Hippos pick it up again. And I think that was Braylon's son.
Yeah, Braylon, big Braylon. He was a stumbling and a bumbling.
Well, Herman was trying to throw, and before he could get loose, somebody hit his arm, and Braylon picks up the.
Well, there's your turnover, Todd. You dialed up.
Yep, I told you they were going to get one. Braylon gets the turnover chicken and throws it over into the student section. And just like that, now the Hippos are set up 1st and goal at the 4-yard line. Well, you just figured, as good as this Hippo defense is, they were going to get one of their own, and sure enough. And Herman just held on to that ball too long.
Just a second too long. You could see that. You could see the writing on the wall the whole time.
I wonder what the refs are discussing down here.
Well, there was another fumble. I mean, the Hippos, I think they were down, but then the Hippos recovered that one as well.
Pretty much where he fumbled it, so.
You know, I tell you that.
They're saying – they're saying an incomplete pass. They had come all the way down, marked the ball at the 4-yard line, and now they're going to bring this back and say incomplete pass. That's terrible. Wow. Are you kidding me?
I don't know how you call that an incomplete
There
pass.
was nobody even was questioning it up near where it all happened. Holy moly.
Well, silver lining is it is 4th down.
Wow.
That's tough.
Wow.
That's one of those you wish high school – we could show them our replay.
Yeah. My goodness. Well, now the Eagles will punt. 3:04 to go in the first half.
Maybe Dejan will return this one, make up for it.
Punt away. There's a
not gonna happen.
ball shanked out of bounds on the left side. And Hippos are going to have great field position, but whoa, you hate to see that one taken away from Braylon.
Yeah, that ball's crooked. Hey, throw that to him. I can't throw.
Well, you said the ball's crooked.
After he kicked it, it sure was.
Looked like a golf ball that had hit a concrete wall.
They do have nice blue laces, though. That's probably how Grayson figured out, man, that isn't our ball.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good indication.
Yeah.
Hayden tucked it under his shirt. He's taking it home.
That's funny. Well, Hippos will set up at the Eagle 46-yard line after he shanked that one out of bounds. And, well, we thought was going to be a 1st and goal at the 5. Instead, it's going to be the Hippos at 1st and 10 at the 46, and Eagle into the field. 2:57 to go in the first half. Snap back to Dejan Harrison across the 40, cutting back outside to the 35-30. He's got the sideline.
Hey,
15, 10-5, touchdown.
You see that block by 14?
Wow.
Man, look at Grayson out there.
Grayson Doggett throwing blocks.
No, I don't think he touched anybody. He got in the way, though.
Hey, did you
see Tom Brady?
You need to watch the
Yeah.
Tom Brady replay of trying to throw blocks last week.
Hey, so instead of 1st and goal at the 5, we had 1st and goal at the 45.
1st and goal at the 45.
Yeah, no problem.
Hippos take it in. Dejan Harrison's having a night. Wow. He's leaving a trail of Eagles.
I think even man, Dejan, I don't know what to say.
Snap back, hold down, kick is up. It's good. 2:48 to go in the first half. Hippos strike fast again. They lead at 21-0. You're listening to Hutto Hippo Football on hipposports.com and the SHN Sports Network.
The Hutto Family YMCA, proud to partner with Hutto ISD. The Hutto Family YMCA is a center for fitness, family, and community. They provide Hutto residents with a state-of-the-art facility for programs and events that focus on youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. The YMCA works with Hutto ISD to provide an after-school program and other events such as Friday Night Live for middle school students. Check out the Hutto Y or call 512-846-2360. The Hutto Family YMCA, strength from within.
It's been the Dejan Harrison Show here tonight at Hutto Memorial Stadium with 2:48 to go in the first half. Hippos lead at 21-0. Dejan's accounted for all of those touchdowns. And like Ryan said, we thought we were going to have a 1st and goal at the 5, and instead just treated it like a 1st and goal at the 45, wow. And Dejan takes it 45 yards for a touchdown.
I'll tell you, I turned around and looked at Hayden after that run, and he just looked at me and just went, wow.
Yeah. Well, we know Dejan's being recruited. I think his recruiting
just
film
got larger.
His recruiting film just got more viewers. Pooch kick returned by the Eagles to the 32-yard line. They'll set up 1st and 10. Got to give the weekly shout-out to my mother up in Wichita Falls, our biggest fan listening. She's a big Hippos fan, but I think she's a big Ryan and Todd fan and Bryce fan.
That's understandable.
Yeah, I wonder if Jake's over there tonight. He said he's going to start going and watching it with your mom or listening with your mom.
Yeah.
I assure you she would love that, and she would feed him.
He would love that. I think he gets tired of Chick-fil-A.
We were up there last weekend, on our way up to the OU game. We used Wichita Falls was our stopover coming and going. And she asked if we wanted to ask Jake to come over. I said, I think he's in New Mexico for getting ready for a golf tournament. There's a pass intended on the right side, overthrown by the Eagles. 2nd down and 10. 2:36 to go in the first half. Hippos leading 21-0.
Well, Georgetown's got to be careful here that they don't go throwing out too quickly and give us the ball back.
Exactly.
Yeah, talking about Fillmore a while ago, he's actually number 3, and he's over split to the Hutto side with Jay Lambert on him.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't seen
Florida Atlantic commit. And
empty backfield for the Eagles. Now put a man in motion going from right to left. Now he sets up in the backfield with Herman. Handoff, trying to get a little bit of the middle, and all he gets is the 35-yard line, picked up 3 yards, so it's going to be a 3rd down and long situation.
A lot of pads popping on that one.
Absolutely.
With 2.5 minutes left, you got to think we stop him here, and we use one of our 3 timeouts for sure.
It's a big. This is a big third down for both teams right here. 2 receivers left, 3 right, empty backfield. Put a man in motion. That's Lachlan going from his left to his right. Herman rolling to his right. Being chased. That's a fumble, and it's picked up by the Hippos at the 20. I don't think you can bring this one back. And the Hippos are going to be brought down at the 15. And before Herman could throw the ball, he was hit. Ball popped loose. Hippos pick it up, and who got the turnover?
It
chicken?
was Vogelpohl that picked it up. I think Landon was the one that stripped it away. Boy, very similar to the last time.
And the turnover chicken goes to Vogelpohl, and he's running over to the Hippo student section to throw it into the stands, and there goes the toss. What a fun little tradition they've started.
Man, that chicken went flying.
Yeah.
The turnover chicken.
I need to tell Jason be sure don't hurt his arm for baseball. I threw that left-handed, and he's a pretty good little pitcher.
Who started that anyway? Do we know?
I don't know.
I was trying to get the story on it earlier today, and I don't think anybody really knows. It just kind of it just happened.
It's just like those things.
I think I first saw it last week. I don't know if I'd seen it before.
Yeah, they used it 2 weeks ago. Last week was the first week they threw it into the students.
Sports. Gotta love it. Snap back. Trying to set up that halfback pass again. Bealey throwing into the end zone. Oh, had a man and just a little too much for Josh Gonzalez in the back right corner. They did that same play that they tried to run earlier but had a penalty on, and he had him but let him just a little too much.
Yeah, he had him the whole way, and he was waiting to throw it and waited a little bit too long and let him out of bounds.
You all right?
So be second down and 10, ball at the 15-yard line. Minute 43 to go in the first half. Hippos leading 21-0. Great crowd. Hippo crowd side is packed. People standing along the fence. Georgetown side started filling up pretty good. Single man in the backfield. That's Kendall Williams. Handoff stutters to his right, steps back to his left, and ends up with about 5 yards on the play down to the 10-yard line.
Yeah, and he's
just kind of hip-hopped a little bit.
He's starting to get in a little bit of a groove back there, too. Getting a little shiftier and a little more confident with those moves.
Yeah, I tell you, he's kind of a lengthy guy, long legs, but, boy, he can go side to side nicely.
Well, so is Dejan, too.
So Hippos.
He's not quite as lengthy, though.
3rd down and 5 at the 10. Kind of letting this clock run a little bit, down to 1:05 to go in the first half, leading 21-0, wanting to get a few more. Handoff goes to Williams up the middle, fighting. I think he's going to be short of the first down by about 1.5 yards. So I'm sure you kick the field goal here, right?
I think you got to take the points.
Get up by 24. Going to call a timeout, I think.
Kind of wonder.
I wonder why you don't let the clock
I would let
run
the clock go a little
bit
bit further.
That.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you do here, Bryce?
I don't know. The way our defense has been playing, I mean.
Go for it. I mean, you can pin them back here.
I mean, boy, if you
could effectively put this thing away.
Yeah, you could really send them in at half on a downer.
Yeah, downside is if you don't get it, they get a little bit of momentum going into halftime because they got a stop. But, yeah, we'll see what the Hippos decide to do. They're gathered up over on their sideline thinking about it. 51 seconds to go. Hippos leading 21-0.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter very much because according to their banner, Eagle Fight never dies, so it doesn't matter what we do here. They're going to be ready to go second half.
Hey, Bryce, my mother texted back, said she thought Jake knew he had an open invitation.
I'll make sure he does. And
yeah.
He well, I don't know. It's Friday night in Wichita Falls. He might not be listening tonight. They've had a pretty couple busy weeks of golf, and
he might be relaxing.
He might be relaxing.
Yeah.
He's probably working out and working
studying.
in the studying, working out, and putting at the indoor putting facility tonight.
I'm sure that's what he's doing. So 4th down, Hippos are going to go for it. So I don't think it's a bad call.
No.
Like I said, the way their defense is played and the offense has obviously shown they can move the ball as well.
What do you call here?
Yeah, I think probably a rollout.
You got Dejan split wide right.
Snap back. Oh, they go handoff to Williams up the middle, and he's not going to get it. He lost back to the 8-yard line.
Yeah, that's not really.
Not sure.
Not the play I'm running.
No, I hadn't been strong with that all night. So.
Well, that's the reason I think you go ahead and kick that there because we don't really have a play that's. We haven't had much success with plays that are going to get us that 1 yard, 2 yards there, and go ahead and take the point. I mean, hindsight is 20/20, but
I was going to say, you got to put Dejon on a little sweep or something there, or do a roll out and get him in space.
Yeah, get Grayson out in space. Let's see what he can do.
I think the message, though, to Brad, or from Brad to his team is our defense is going to stop them. And if we don't get this,
Hayden said he would have put Dejon in the Wildcat again.
I would have tried to get the ball in his hands for sure. Herman fakes the handoff, keeps it. Still fighting. Strip that ball, breaks a tackle, gets up near the 18-yard line. Tell you, Hippos were trying to strip it.
Yeah, kind of carrying it.
Amir Ward was doing all he could to take it from him.
Yeah, Herman carrying it a little bit loose and kind of got lucky on that.
Gets first down out to the 18-yard line, 30 seconds to go. 1st and 10. Handoff goes up the middle, and
I think
the Eagles are going to be content to make sure they don't turn this ball over. That was number 23, Ryan Eddy, on the carry. We're down to 15 seconds, and again, Georgetown, they're not moving too quickly.
Yeah, I think they got to be. They think they're feeling pretty good right now, only down 21-0.
So 2nd down and 8, faking the handoff, and he's going to tuck it and run, and out of bounds at the 30, and the clock hits 0, and we reached halftime. What a great first half for the Hippos. They lead at 21-0 in a half that probably could be more like 28 or even 35 based on how much they dominated the game. I think they moved the ball on offense, and their defense just played lights out. It'd be interesting to get the statistics from Michael Holliday here at halftime and see how many yards Georgetown had in the first half, but boy, it couldn't be more than a handful.
Yeah, like I said, they got to be feeling pretty lucky that they're only down 21-0 with the opportunity to get the ball coming into the second half and make it a 2-score game. It's just been a very dominating performance so far by the Hippos.
Is Mr. Tom Minnick in the box tonight?
No, he's
not.
Okay.
I thought Ryan had said something about that earlier. So
no, he's not here.
I thought I saw him earlier.
No, he's welcome anytime. I've told him that. Well, we are at halftime. We're going to take a commercial break. We'll come back and recap the first half, and then we'll send it to the SHN studio for updates on other games. You're listening to Hutto Hippo Football, where the Hippos lead at 21-0. Listen to Hutto Hippo Football on hipposports.com and the SHN Sports Network.
A-Plus Federal Credit Union is a longtime supporter of Hutto ISD. Earn cash back and support Hippo Nation with the student-designed A-Plus FCU Hutto ISD Hippo debit card. When you use your Hippo debit card, you and Hutto ISD both earn up to 10 cents with every purchase. Hutto ISD has received over $71,000 in cash back from A-Plus FCU members since August 2016. Stop by the Hutto branch on Ed Schmidt Boulevard to get your card and start earning today. Membership required. Insured by NCUA.
ACDI, Al Clausen Disposal, supports the Hippo Nation. ACDI is a locally owned family company that specializes in solid waste services, including residential, recycling, commercial, and roll-off. Al Clausen Disposal has grown into a top 100 ranked corporation. Their mission is simple. They're committed to providing safe, reliable, and environmentally sound waste solutions at cost-effective rates while embracing new ideas to reduce the carbon footprint. Al Clausen Disposal, your local choice for all your collection and disposal needs. ACDI says go Hippos!
Hutto Family Eye Care has partnered with Hutto ISD for almost 10 years. Hutto Family Eye Care has been the leader and preferred provider of quality vision care products and personalized service to patients in Hutto. Their doctors use only the most advanced, state-of-the-art technology and eye care products available. Give your vision the level of care and attention it deserves. Hutto Family Eye Care on Exchange Boulevard, across the street from the post office.
Welcome back to Hutto Memorial Stadium. We're at halftime where the Hippos with a commanding 21-0 lead over the Georgetown Eagles, a half that was absolutely dominated by Hutto. And Ryan, you've got some stats.
Yeah, and commanding, I think, is an understatement. We outgained them on offense 284-82. We had 11 first downs. They had 5. Here's the key. They were 0 of 9 on third down conversions and 0 of 1 on fourth down conversions. Wow. So our defense getting off the field, forcing turnovers, should have had 2 turnovers, but forced that 1 turnover. Really and truly, the 2 turnovers that we have are what is keeping them in the game. Just like we touched on, it's been total domination, and Georgetown's got to be just absolutely thrilled they're only down by 21 points at halftime.
Well, the way it started for the Hippos was they took the opening kickoff and quickly had a 3rd down and 10 situation at their own 29-yard line. And on 3rd and 10, Grayson Doggett rolled to his right, had a little pressure, found Dejon Harrison behind the defense. Dejon hauled it in and took it 71 yards for the Hippo touchdown. And 1 minute into the game, the Hippos led it 7-0, forced a Georgetown punt. Hippos then also drove on their second possession and had it down at about the 5-yard line, or actually about the 10. Dejon stretching for extra yards, fumbled. Ball rolled into the end zone. Georgetown recovered that one, so they escaped that one. Hippos then on their 3rd possession, again, Grayson hooked up with Dejon on a 45-yard touchdown pass, and with 2:57 to go in the first quarter, Hutto had a lead of 14-0. Again, Hippo defense just completely dominated the Eagles for most of the second quarter. You had punt, a turnover. What we thought was a Hippo recovery of a Georgetown fumble.
It was.
Yeah, that Braylon Sugg had returned to the 5-yard line. They ultimately, refs got together and decided that, no, it was an incomplete pass. So the Hippos got the ball over on downs at the 45-yard line. And on the very first play, Dejon took it 45 yards for a touchdown, and the Hippos led it 21-0 with 2:48 to go in the first half. Georgetown on their next possession fumbled. Hippos got great field position, moved it all the way down to about the 8-yard line, had a 4th down and 2, and instead of kicking the field goal to try to go up 24-0, they elected to go for it on 4th down. Georgetown did a good job of stopping them, and that's where we are right now, 21-0 at half. Georgetown will receive the ball to start the second half, and tell you, I think it's going to be critical for, well, if you're Hutto, you're in the locker room saying, hey, let's get a stop on their very first possession.
Yeah, got to put the foot on the throat.
Get a stop, get the ball, go score. Let's put this thing away. Georgetown's talking about we get the first possession of the second half and we have to go score.
Yeah, and one person we haven't seen a whole lot of so far is Jordan Oldorp, their passing quarterback, and you wonder if maybe we'll get to see him a little more in the second half. Obviously, haven't been having much success with what they've been doing on offense, and look for them to change something up, and I think that's where they got to look to first.
Well, we are going to send it to the SHN studio for halftime, and we'll be back here a couple of minutes before the start of the second half. Again, we're at halftime. The Hippos lead the Georgetown Eagles 21-0 at Hutto Memorial Stadium.
Second half. Now, Michael, you might have a better memory than I do, and we'll have to go back and double-check this over halftime, but I do believe this might be the first time that Eastview has trailed all season, as on 1st and 10, Jackson Colson rolls out to the left side, throws, caught at the 30-yard line. That is Michael Sedgwick for a short gain of about 5 yards. Brings up 2nd and 5 from Eastview's own 30-yard line. The clock will continue to tick as Sedgwick was unable to get out of bounds, and the Patriots are slow to get back to the line.
Yeah, they're not in any big hurry here, so I think Coach Ficacci is content just to go in with what he's got.
10 seconds left. Jackson Colson takes the snap, and it's a draw play to Amarian Brooks, and Amarian Brooks gets a first down and is brought down right at the 35-yard line by Brenham's Dane Hauk, who adds another tackle, and the clock will stop for this first down, but will continue to tick, and that'll actually do it here for the Courtney Home Inspection second quarter. One final run by Amarian Brooks gets one last Eastview first down, but the Brenham Cubs will go into halftime leading it by a score of 20-14. Brenham has scored 20 straight points here after Eastview scored the first 14, and Patriots just can't wait for this halftime to get here fast enough. We will go ahead and take a brief commercial break. After this, we will have the Oak Ridge Disciple House halftime show. We will have a special interview with Karen Crosby, the founder of the Locker Charity here in Georgetown, Texas. And after that, we will throw it to the SHN Sports Studio to Justin Simmons and Steven Strong for SHN Football Friday. Stay tuned. You are watching Eastview Patriot Football on SHN Sports, presented by Georgetown Jewelry. At halftime, the Cubs lead it 20-0 over the Patriots. We'll see you after this.
If you or your family couldn't work for 6 to 12 months due to a serious illness or major accident, how would that affect you or your family financially? Hi friends, I'm Rob Hipp. I offer products that can help during the tough and unforeseen times. For more information, please call me directly at 512-522-9105. Again, that number is 512-522-9105. 2019 high school football on SHN Sports is proudly presented by Georgetown Jewelry. Georgetown Jewelry is your trusted local jewelry store, family owned and operated since 2013. Whether you desire a one-of-a-kind custom piece or want to enjoy browsing our inventory of both unique and traditional jewelry and watches, stop by and see us at Georgetown Jewelry. We also specialize in jewelry repair and appraisals. For more information, please visit Georgetown Jewelry, located in the Williamsburg Village Shopping Center in Georgetown, or online at georgetownjewelry.com. Locally owned by Pam and Al Bartschmid, College Street Cottages is proud to offer vacation rentals in beautiful and historic Georgetown, Texas. With premium amenities and comfortably sized spaces, our cottages provide the best accommodations that Georgetown has to offer. All of the remodeled 1940s cottages include complete use of the entire house and yard, fenced backyard with seating, eating area, and a barbecue grill, convenient parking in front, and detached garages. For more information and to book, visit collegestreetcottages.com. If you're looking to buy or sell a home or land in the Georgetown area, call Glenn Patterson, Realtor. As a third-generation resident of Williamson County, his knowledge will assure you will receive the best price for your purchase or sell. Don't wait. Contact Glenn today at PattersonPropertiesTX.com.
We're back here at Birkelbach Field, Georgetown ISD Stadium, where at the Oak Ridge Disciple House halftime, the Brenham Cubs lead at 20-14 over the Eastview Patriots. I'm Travis Banks alongside Michael Francis, as always. Normally at this time, we would be throwing it to the SHN studio for SHN Football Friday with Justin Simmons and Stephen Strong. But tonight we have a special guest joining us here in the press box here for the halftime show here on SHN Sports. She's a Georgetown resident that many of you listening might have heard of before, or you might even know her personally. In addition to being the mother of Super Bowl winning and current Green Bay Packers kicker Mason Crosby, she's the founder and executive director of The Locker.
Both schools. I spent a lot of time on both campuses. So, no, I love it. I know a lot of the kids who play, the cheerleaders, band kids. So we support both schools. But you are right. Our kids went to Georgetown High. But I love the Patriots. I love the kiddos.
They're definitely an up-and-coming program here. A lot of people were actually theorizing that this would be the year, if they were playing, that Eastview would be beating Georgetown. So that's always something to think about. But we're not here to talk to you about football tonight. We're actually
I love talking about football.
Well, we're actually here to talk about your charitable organization, The Locker. Now, SHN Sports has worked with The Locker before. Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about The Locker.
So The Locker is about kids helping kids in need. We're really unique because we're run by students. We have students who sit on our board of directors with local community leaders. We have clubs. They're like a club at the schools. And it did start here in Georgetown at Georgetown High School. And at that time we were Eagle Locker, but once Patriots started, we became The Locker. And the simple idea of kids helping kids in need it's so grassroots that we're actually all over Texas now. We're in 14 school districts. You know, we take care of all 17 schools here in Georgetown, but we've spread around Texas, so that's pretty exciting, this simple idea. And what that looks like is the lockers for every single kid. You don't have to qualify. You don't have to be a certain income. The school just sees there's a need with a kid, and they contact us, and we fill that need. Actually, our real niche are the kids who don't qualify from other organizations. You just have to tell us, we have a kid who just needs something. I mean, it could be new cleats, it could be shoes, it could be a choir dress, whatever that is. And we just step in quietly, anonymously, and we take care of that child.
So this is a lot of stuff like high school kids helping other high school kids, or is it kind of like high school seniors helping out elementary school aged kids?
It's like kindergarten through high school helping each other.
Okay.
So an elementary school might have a Socktober event. And so they collect socks, and we distribute those to all of our lockers. We put them in the high school locker, middle school lockers, elementary, so we just share it with everyone. So we actually, our Seguin locker program was started by a second-grade little boy. He came to an event here in Georgetown with us with some friends, loved it. He went back to his school board, his principal. Before I ever got involved, he'd already done all those things. He did, not his mama and his daddy. This little boy did. And so that's what our program there was, started by a little boy like that. So it's really all kids of all ages get involved to help each other.
And you founded the Locker a little over 10 years ago. I believe it was 2008.
Yeah.
And as you mentioned, it started out just at Georgetown High School. It spread all over the Central Texas area. It spread all over the state of Texas, actually. Tell us a little bit about how you've been handling the expansion and what it means to you to see so many people want to get involved and assist with how does it feel to see kids want to help out other kids?
Just to hear you say that is just puts a big smile on my face. So, at 2 a.m. when you're probably asleep, well, I'm not. So that's how I handle the expansion. But it really is, we try to keep it so simple and not get, too big for our britches. Don't overthink it. Just keep this simple, and let's help teach kids how to help each other. Maybe the football team says, punch the Panthers and bring backpacks for the locker this week at the game. We just try to see that happen and to see children step up for one. I wasn't even there. I was up watching my kid play football in Green Bay last Thursday night, and they did that. These kids, they got the stylists together. They contacted them. They did the sweeping of the floors. They had movies and popcorn, and they registered 252 people. The kids did that. They got that put together. And this is our third year to do it, and we've never given less than 220 haircuts. They get the flyers approved. They get them sent out to the schools. They do all those things. They find out, can you give haircuts in the school cafeteria? Is that a health issue or is it not? I don't do that. We just help pose those questions to them. So the kids did it, and we met just this Wednesday together and talked about how that felt, and to listen to the kids so emotionally and so proud of themselves talk about how a kid comes in maybe shy and quiet, and they leave with just standing up straight and their new haircut. And we've discovered over this 3 years doing this project that there are a lot of high school kids who have never had a real professional haircut before. Can you imagine that, being in high school? So we're able to do that and give back. And these stylists, thank you all. If you're listening tonight, thank you for the time that you give for that. They donate their time, 4 or 5 hours after a long day at their job, cutting hair all day, to the locker kids to do that. Isn't that the coolest thing?
It sounds so amazing, and as you said, it's just so kind of heartwarming to just see all these kids take it upon themselves to help out other kids.
It is, and that's who we are as a foundation, is kids helping kids in need. Every kid, every single kid. You just have to have that need, and the school contacts us, and we fill the need. Whatever, kind of the odd things. Now, you've mentioned how kids can get involved. What about someone like me, myself, or Michael? How could someone like us get involved? There are so many ways to do that, and I'm glad. Thank you for asking that. So we're always having projects, for adults to support, because the kids want to help, but let's face it, they don't have the finances to do that. So when they reach out to the community and say, we're having, clean up the Cougars, or whatever their little catch is for that, is to support the kids in that, to bring the shampoo, to the deodorant, the toothpaste, whatever they're asking for, to support them. And when you do that, just say, hey, great job, keep this up. We all like to be told that we're doing something good and something worthwhile and making a difference. So to support the kids, they have a lot of events in the community, just really to support that. We also are looking for volunteers to help in our physical lockers on campus, to be there so the doors can stay open, all during the day, so the kids can come in and get what they need. So we're looking for that. You can just donate. You can.
Please stick around and support this fine organization. Let's go, Michael Mason.
Here we go.
All right. Had some technical difficulties. We are back, and we are ready to start the second half.
Wondering where y'all were at.
Yeah.
Hey, we got here just in time.
Well, we had switched to the halftime studio show, but it ended up, anyway, a lot of confusion. But we are underway here as the Eagles field the pooch kick and return it up to the 35-yard line, and that's where they will start. Well, let's see what kind of halftime speeches each team had, as Georgetown will take over 1st and 10 to start the second half. Hippos leading 21-0. Obviously, we talked right before halftime. Hippos completely dominated that first half, and a half that, in some ways you feel like probably should have been up more than 21-0.
Well, talking to some of the coaches just before second half kick, they were both like it. They were like, it ought to be 35-0, and I said I'd feel better at 35-0, but I'll take what we got.
21-0.
All right, here we go. 1st and 10. Herman still in at quarterback. We haven't seen that platoon have a handoff up the middle, and that Hippo defensive line didn't miss a beat, at least on the first play of the second half. Braylon Sugg and Lordswell Ua with the penetration. And
we mentioned it right
2
going
yard
into
loss.
halftime. We wonder if we'll see Jordan Oldorp, the other quarterback. He seems to be more their passing type, and you just wonder how long they can keep up this failed rushing attack.
And who knows,
maybe
something's wrong with him. Of course, they expected to see Makai Kimball tonight, and he's not in, so maybe something happened with their other quarterback. Herman keeping it with a straight up the middle. Bulldozer takes a hard hit as he goes up the middle.
Boy,
Landon Watson took
it looked like a mirror.
Well, I think a mirror got him
up.
Yep.
Well, I tell you what, Herman is running very timidly right now. He kind of toe-stepped into that hole and got drilled.
Running through that hole.
Yeah, I think I would do the same.
I'm glad my son's not running against that D-line.
He's like, are you sure we can't throw the ball?
You're glad he wears a red jersey in practice. 3rd down and 8 for the Eagles. Ball at the 37-yard line, just underway here in the second half. Herman with a straight drop, gets some pressure, rolling to his right. Now he's going to keep it. He's got a little bit of room, and he's tackled short of the first down at the 43-yard line. See what the Eagles decide to do here early on. Big decision. They've got a 4th down 2, and looks like they're going to bring their punt team in. Good job by the Hippo defenders.
I think you just have to do that.
Hey, I got to tell you something funny. So Van and I were texting just a little bit at halftime, and when on that play where we decided to go for it, 4th and goal down there, 4th and 2, near our goal line, Van texted and said, I rubbed off on Brad a little too much.
That's all right.
Nah, Van said he would have done the exact same thing. The way our defense is playing, said you just got to do that. It's punt fielded by Harrison. He's got room at the 40, midfield, 45, 40, 35, trying to cut back inside and pull out of bounds inside the 30 at the 28-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Dejon, he's putting on a show for his cousin who's in the stands, Jamal Charles, tonight. And Jamal could run a little bit back in his day, too.
He probably still could run a little bit.
Maybe Jamal's going to send film to the Kansas City Chiefs and say, keep an eye on this guy in 4 years.
Hey, that's the first time we've really gotten to see Dejon return a punt this season.
Yeah.
They've either kicked it out of bounds or kicked it to where he couldn't field it. It was finally got some time, and to nobody's surprise, was able to do a lot with it.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how many all-purpose yards he ends up with. This one's over with.
Well, how many yards offense do we have?
Halftime stats? I didn't see any.
Yeah, we'll give them again here in just a second. 1st and 10 for the Hippos at the 33-yard line, and Georgetown into the field. Snap back to Doggett. Fakes a handoff, throwing over the middle. He's got Dejon.
That's Jay.
Jay at the 10, wrestled down at about the 7-yard line.
Yeah, we're going to go fast here in NASCAR.
Looked like the 3 to me. So Jay Lambert, number 7, picks it up. I just want to call Dejon's name all the time.
Just can't tell you what the O-line's doing. They're doing a great job. And Logan Tipton got a little banged up. It looked like the shoulder at the end of the first half, but he's in there giving it what he's got.
Well, he was another one of our players of the week last week. 1st and goal for the Hippos at the 7-yard line, trying to make a statement early here in the second half. Lambert goes in motion. Oh, ball's on the ground, and I tell you, I think an offensive lineman fell on that. Was that Tipton that fell on that one?
Yeah, I think it was Logan. It just
was
a bad exchange between Grayson and Jay
Lambert.
Well,
they should call that incomplete though. He caught that and he tossed it forward. That should not be a fumble.
Yeah, sometimes I think high school officials don't read that the way college officials do. You're right, Bryce.
Saying the same thing.
Logan Tipton, you can tell he's hurting. He fell on that ball and he fell on that shoulder, but he's in there fighting hard. So 2nd down, back to the 10-yard line, 2nd down and goal for the Hippos. Snap back, hand off to Kendall Williams, and he's buried at the line of scrimmage. Might have even lost half a yard.
Bryce, going back to the halftime stats, we thought it was a dominating game. Turns out Georgetown had 84 yards total offense, and we had 282 in the first half. They were 0 of 7 on third down conversions and 0 of 1 on fourth down. So great job of our defense getting off the field.
And you figure they're 80-something, about 40 of that came on that one pass play. So third down and Hippos, third and goal, ball at the 11-yard line. Got to come away with points here. And off to Dejan, bounces out left side, turns it back in, and then hit hard at about the 6-yard line. So I'm sure you're probably going to kick the field goal this time, right? Field goal team runs onto the field. Well, this one kind of got messed up on that first down play, and like you said, Ryan and Bryce, should have been an incomplete pass.
Well, and Brad was trying to say the same thing. Those officials were having none of it.
Timeout called by Georgetown, I guess?
Yeah, and I think it's injury timeout.
Okay.
And I don't know who.
Not seeing anybody
who
injured.
it was on, but the officials called the timeout.
I think they needed a break from our fast offense.
Well, Evan Gutierrez on to attempt the field goal. Ball's going to be spotted at 13, be a 23-yard field goal attempt. Snap back, hold down, kick is up, and it is good. So 7:27 to go in the third quarter. Hippos strike first in the second half. They extend their lead to 24-0. You're listening to Hutto Hippo Football on hipposports.com and the SHN Sports Network.
The Hutto Family YMCA, proud to partner with Hutto ISD. The Hutto Family YMCA is a center for fitness, family, and community. They provide Hutto residents with a state-of-the-art facility for programs and events that focus on youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. The YMCA works with Hutto ISD to provide an after-school program and other events such as Friday Night Live for middle school students. Check out the Hutto Y or call 512-846-2360. The Hutto Family YMCA. Strength from within.
Well, a good punt return by Dejan Harrison put the Hippos in good field position, and they march down and come away with a field goal here to start the second half. And with 7:27 to go, they've extended their lead to 24-0. Exactly what you wanted to happen if you're the Hippos. You wanted to get a defensive stop and then a score. And just the more you can continue to pull away from these Eagles, the better you start feeling. There's a pooch punt going to be fielded on the run at the 35. That was dangerous.
Yeah, that was very close, guys.
Yeah,
and no fair catch there either.
No.
He came in full speed trying to. I don't think he
Trent McConnell,
had time.
number 29, saw that one was going to fall short, and he just came running in like a center fielder, diving for
I don't think he had time to even put his hand up in the air to call that fair catch.
But he's able to haul it in, and he falls at the 35, and that's where Georgetown will set up first and 10.
And again, that's exactly what you want out of those pooch punts is you want it to be hard to field, and you want, if they do field it, no return. So
yeah, he definitely put it in no man's land, and the Eagles were lucky that they've got the ball.
So they'll set up first and 10 at their own 35-yard line. That's where they started their last possession. 7:26 to go in the third quarter. Herman with a swing pass to the right side, trying to set up a screen. Good job by the Hippo defenders to read that. And there's your number 14, Jacob Trussell, Ryan, and they bring him down for no gain.
It's kind of like Hippos, you know, they go four wide right, and you kind of know what's coming.
It's obvious, yeah. Yeah, I just can't believe they haven't tried to slip him out across the middle.
Second down and 10. One man in the backfield. Herman with a pass out to the left side and caught by number 88, Cade Lachlan. Picked up about 3 yards, and it's going to be a third down and long. Ball be placed at the 39-yard line. They need the 45, so call it third down and 6. Another opportunity for the Hippo defense to get a stop right here. And
you got 3rd and 6 and 14's on the sideline, so
yeah,
kind of interesting.
Maybe there's something we don't know about him.
I'm thinking just like they didn't know about Mackay. Heavy pressure on Herman now. He slips away, looking to throw it downfield and throws it out of bounds. I tell you, I think he was very close to being past the line of scrimmage when he let that one fly.
Yeah, I tell you what, if there's one thing you don't want to get into when you're facing our defense, it's 3rd and long. Let those defensive linemen pin their ears back and have free reign at you.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we've been doing all game long. And
a little bit afraid they were getting a receiver behind us down there on the sideline a little bit, but Herman just had no time to even look at him.
You know what? If I'm out back there and I've got Landon and Lordsville and Braylon and all those guys,
I'm not looking at much.
No,
they're going to kick it right to Dejan again.
Dejan feels it at the 25, trying to take it far left side, but he can't get away from the defender. Brings him down at the 25. Good job by number 9, Cameron Nielsen, to haul him down before he can turn it upfield.
This is the second time they've actually done a really good job of corralling Dejan and not allowing him. He actually lost yardage on that one. First punt of the night, he fielded and found a wall of Georgetown defenders, and that was the same story there.
6:09 to go in the third quarter. Hutto leading 24-0. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Boy, a good sustained drive right here would be nice. Just run the clock. And
like an 18-minute and 9-second drive.
There you go.
I don't even know if that's mathematically possible.
I'll take a score of this play.
Well, that'll work too. Hand off to Kendall Williams up the middle. Ooh, he's hit hard by a couple of Eagles. Number 37, Taylor Bell. There's the big kid that's the UL Monroe commit. Got good penetration. And
yeah, he does a really good job of finding those gaps and hitting that hole hard. And
yeah, that's one place the Eagle defense has been very stingy tonight, is up the middle.
Yeah, and I think we're going at it too much up the middle.
Yeah.
I'd just stick with our speed game.
2nd down and 10. 2 receivers left side. Grayson rolling to his right, now looking over the middle, and he's got Dejan, and that one is going to be another Hippo touchdown. He found Dejan over the middle, and he took it 55 yards untouched.
Boy, and he runs right down to Brock in that end zone, gives a big old hug.
Wow.
Yeah, he didn't have to do anything special on that one. He was wide open, and boy, once he's behind those defenders, there is not a soul in this world that's going to catch him.
Well,
you kind of wonder, how does Dejan get that wide open?
Oh, my gosh. Well, great job by Grayson to see him. But, yeah, it'll go as a 75-yard touchdown pass for Grayson. He threw it about 15 yards, and Dejan ran 60.
Hey, quarterbacks love that.
Absolutely. Snap back, hold down, kick is up, and it is good. 5:21 to go now in the third quarter. It's now Hutto 31, Georgetown nothing. You're listening to Hutto Hippo Football on hipposports.com and the SHN Sports Network.
A-Plus Federal Credit Union is a longtime supporter of Hutto ISD. Earn cash back and support Hippo Nation with the student-designed A-Plus FCU Hutto ISD Hippo Debit Card. When you use your Hippo Debit Card, you and Hutto ISD both earn up to 10 cents with every purchase. Hutto ISD has received over $71,000 in cash back from A-Plus FCU members since August 2016. Stop by the Hutto branch on Ed Schmidt Boulevard to get your card and start earning today. Membership required. Insured by NCUA.
Again?
No. Welcome back to Hutto Memorial Stadium. Hippos leading 31-0. 5:21. Dejan Harrison with another touchdown, 75 yards this time.
I think just for the rest of the night, we can just say touchdown, and everybody can just assume who it is.
What a fantastic
How many
game.
how many TDs is that? 4?
How many touchdowns do we
all
have?
All of them.
Yep.
Yeah, all of them. And he's getting Grayson some good stats as well.
Yeah, Grayson needs to buy him some tacos in the morning.
Attaboy, TK.
Georgetown returns the kick up to the 45-yard line. Well, we were saying during the break that Dejan, in terms of college scouts and whatnot, he had committed to TCU back, last spring, I think.
Last spring.
Mm-hmm. And then had a change of heart, but
yeah, and I think he's pretty high on Kansas State and Arizona State right now. He's got a visit up there to Kansas State 2 weekends from now. I think they're playing TCU.
After tonight, he might be able to just pick a ticket to anywhere he wants to go. Handoff up the middle and just nothing for the Georgetown offense.
I'm sure a lot of his family that's still down in that Beaumont area, they probably wouldn't mind seeing him at LSU.
I don't think LSU. He and Landon both.
He and Landon come as a
that would be a pretty
deal.
Good little Hippo pair there,
wouldn't it? Both sides of the ball. Second down and 9 for the Eagles. Spread 2 receivers right, single receiver left. One man in the backfield with Herman. Handoff goes to him up the middle. He's got running room, and his one's tough. 35-30, and brought down at the 26-yard line. First time all night that they've been able to break a run. 23, Ryan Eddy. It's their first really big run of the night.
Had a big hole there. I mean, it just something very uncharacteristic of our defense. You wonder, I guess it was just some sort of blocking scheme in the way that we were slaying.
Yeah, and one of our linebackers was back there fighting one of their linemen, so that kind of takes them out of the hole.
It's not where you want to be.
So maybe the best offensive play of the night for the Eagles. Handoff again to Eddy up the middle.
Had a hole then and just kind of tripped
up. Well, Amir Ward sitting in the offensive backfield on the ground, kind of shrugging his shoulders like, can I not get a flag for being pulled down?
Yeah, and I think he actually got a hand on his foot and got the trip.
So second down and 9, 3:50 to go in the third quarter. Hutto leading 31-0. Georgetown with their probably biggest threat of the night. And Herman keeps this one's got room at the 15, inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Jason Vogelpool now kind of asking for the same thing, a little bit of help from an official. So
you had to figure at some point.
Yeah.
Georgetown screaming for Landon threw that kid about 5 yards for a flag, and I said, quit holding.
Yeah,
dude.
Heard you. And we saw it, and we see the holds. Tom handoff to Eddy, trying to bounce it outside. Gets to the 10, cuts back inside to the 5-yard line. So the Eagles knocking on the door for the first time tonight.
Actually, a sustained drive for once, and you had to figure they were going to get their drive at some point.
Well, Hippo defense hadn't had a lot of rest.
It's not done yet.
No.
That's true. Haven't had a lot of the Hippos have been scoring so quickly that the defense hadn't had a chance to.
And I think Brad
rest
recognizes
much.
that. He's going to go ahead and call timeout and get them a break, kind of regroup.
So Brad will plan.
Well, I think we got a lot of guys just a one-on-one fight with their man instead of playing, team defense, and that's what he's trying to calm down right now.
Yeah, you can't get sucked into the things that are going to frustrate you either. I've seen a few shrugs on the last couple of plays.
I think something that we haven't touched on very much either this season because it hadn't really come into play is we don't have a lot of depth on the defense, and as the game comes down to the wire and as it drags on, our guys are they're gonna get tired, and especially those guys that are going both ways. We've got Dejan that's going both ways. Trey Pinelli obviously does a little bit of both, and just for them to be able to power through that tiredness. This is kind of the first time they've still really been in a fight. I guess it's not a fight, but they're still taking it to them late in the third quarter. That's gonna be something to look for.
All right, after the timeout, Eagles will come back. Second down, they need a yard. Ball's at the 5. Faking the handoffs, Herman keeping it, taking it up the middle, spins into the end zone for the Georgetown touchdown. So probably the first time all night we've seen the Hippos really not hitting hard, tackling hard, and Eagles get their first points of the night with 2:51 to go in the third quarter. I tell you, if you told me coming into it that they wouldn't score for the first time till 2 minutes and 51 seconds were left in the third quarter, I would have taken that. Set up in some kind of little funny swinging gate formation to go for 2, and Herman is just thrown to the ground back at the 20. Not exactly sure what that was supposed to be, but they were going for 2.
That was a trend like 5 or 10 years ago in high school, and I think everybody's kind of figured out how to stop that, but I guess maybe they figured they'd bring it back for old time's sake. It didn't work.
It did not work. 2:51 to go in the third quarter. It's Hutto 31, Georgetown 6. Listen to Hutto Hippo Football on hipposports.com and the SHN Sports Network.
With Hutto ISD for almost 10 years, Hutto Family Eye Care has been the leader and preferred provider of quality vision care products and personalized.
Sure, watch something tricky,
yeah.
Because they got 2 guys like 88. He looks like he's kicking this way.
Well, kicking it away. Fielded at the 22-yard line, bringing it all the way across.
Oh, he's got blockers.
At the 30, 35, 40, 45, trying to cut back inside. Brought down at the 47-yard line was number 4, Travis Taylor.
Well, they might as well have onside kicked it. They got it all the way back to the 50-yard line.
Yeah. Tell you what, if I'm Travis Taylor, I'm going out of bounds right there.
Yeah, I think so too.
Sideline's your friend.
It's a
I agree.
unnecessary hit right there. He's a defensive guy, though. He doesn't,
he likes that.
mind the contact.
Not the biggest guy, but he does like hitting.
Bryce, you and I were thinking along the same lines. I was really afraid that the Eagles, faced with a 31-6 deficit, 2:40 to go in the third quarter, might have tried to somewhat surprise the Hippos.
I think we were ready for it. Maybe they were waiting to see what we came out in, and when we were prepared for it, they figured they might as well just go ahead and kick it deep.
So 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Doggett with a straight drop, setting up a screen pass to Jay Lambert. Tries to cut back inside midfield, back outside to the 45, or just short of the 45, 46-yard line. First screen pass, I think.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's the first time we've seen one of those. Bryce, I'm like you. It's been a night and day difference with that offensive line tonight. Grayson has had ample time, and it's shown, too. He's done a great job of staying in that pocket and putting balls on the money and finding the open receiver.
Yeah, they're playing well.
2nd down and 4 for the Hippos. Grayson had some heavy pressure that time. Just
well,
let that.
That's
I
our
said
fault.
something too fast.
Yeah, that's our fault.
Well, and you got Logan Tipton's out right now, so I think his shoulder kind of caught up with him, and so you got a few backups in, and just have to ride it out.
Well, this is where.
We've still got a quarter and some change to go, so it's not time to get too conservative yet.
3rd down, Hippos need 4 yards. Ball at the 46-yard line in Georgetown territory. Grayson would throw over the middle, complete at the 40-yard line.
Security blanket.
1st down to Jay Lambert.
Yeah, he buried that one in the stomach.
So 1st down at the 41-yard line. Good thing about that is that not only is the 1st down, but that clock keeps on going and you reset. Minute 45 to go in the third quarter. Hippos leading 31-6.
You know, I think Jay Lambert he didn't get much action early last week, and I wouldn't say he checked out, but became a little less interested, and I think Grayson's keeping him a little more in the game tonight.
Might have had a talk, huh? Little reverse going to Jay Lambert. He's got the left side, trying to get outside 40, cuts it back inside to the 35 and brought down at the 34. Nice play, picked up about 7 yards.
Yeah, well, obviously we're not getting too conservative.
No, that was not. Yeah, that didn't look good. Kind of was on the ground and had somebody get on him.
Jay's going to jog off the field, but kind of holding his left.
Well, and a good reverse there. You got Dejan, going one way, and of course people better be going that way, and then Jay Lambert, who's no slouch himself, going the other.
Oh, and you got number 14 out there throwing blocks.
2nd down and 3. Hand off to Kendall Williams, trying to get outside. He does. And he's at the 25 and run out of bounds near the 20-yard line.
Tell you, he's just slippery.
Yeah, I was thinking the exact same thing, Bryce. I was about to use the same word. He just slips out of those. He's able to make that cut, and then like we talked about, his acceleration, he just gets out of there so quickly.
For kind of a big, he's a fairly good-sized running back for a high school running back, but, boy, he gets through little holes.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. Well, it's one of those things, too. Georgetown had been preparing for Mackay, hadn't seen a whole lot of Kendall. Probably were not expecting him to be the guy and the only guy tonight. Snap back to Grayson, looking left, throwing left, corner, and, boy, Trey Pinelli's wanting a flag, saying he was held
it looked
up.
Like he was getting held, but they're going to keep it in his pocket.
No call there. So 2nd down and 10. 14 seconds to go in the third quarter. Hutto leading 31-6. If you can come away with a score here, you can be feeling pretty good going into that fourth quarter. Hippos line 2 backs up next to Grayson in the backfield. And before Dejan can go, he's trapped in the backfield. Did a good job of just falling down, too. at the 26-yard line, so
Yeah.
a loss of about 5 yards.
About to run into about 4 defenders and figured he was going to cut his losses.
That was smart.
I was like we've been saying, that's a business decision there.
It was a business decision. Well, that play ends the third quarter, and another productive quarter for the Hippos. We've played 3 here at Hutto Memorial Stadium. Hutto leads it 31-6 over the Georgetown Eagles. You're listening to Hutto Hippo Football on hipposports.com and the SHN Sports Network.
The Hutto Family YMCA, proud to partner with Hutto ISD. The Hutto Family YMCA is a center for fitness, family, and community. They provide Hutto residents with a state-of-the-art facility for programs and events that focus on youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. The YMCA works with Hutto ISD to provide an after-school program and other events such as Friday Night Live for middle school students. Check out the Hutto Y or call 512-846-2360. The Hutto Family YMCA. Strength from within.
Download it from iTunes or Google Play. Order your food, pay for it, and then go.
Welcome back to Hutto Memorial Stadium. Set to start the fourth quarter. Hutto leading 31-6. PA man in the booth, Mark Aspenleiter, was making us all hungry. He started rattling off
potatoes
chicken
au
fried steak
gratin
and shrimp scampi, and didn't know where he was going for it and going with that, but said our concession stand does not have that, but they have other things you can order at that
They
new
got
app.
French fries, corn dogs,
nachos, general concession food.
Sour Patch Kids.
Grayson throwing left corner. Oh, intended for Trey Pinelli at the 1-yard line and let him just a little too much. Trey almost came up with a dramatic catch there on third down and long.
Looked like he was held a little bit down there, and Grayson just threw it to the boundary a little too much.
Well, this is going to be a interesting field goal test for Evan Gutierrez. Going to be spotted at the 33. Going to be a 43-yard.
Watching him before the game, this should be good.
A little bit of a crosswind dealing with.
Snap back, hold down, kick is
Wow.
up. Plenty of leg.
That is a bomb.
And it's good. So,
Yeah, I think they
that
might have
wouldn't,
roughed him, too. We might be getting
that could have been good from 50.
Oh, and it might not even count. We might be getting a first down out of this.
Now, isn't that going to be ironic for him? Booms a field goal like that, and it might take it off the board because, like you said, it could have been a roughing. It's going to be a running into or a roughing. Let's see.
Yeah, I think that's a roughing, and looked like he was.
I think they're going to call running into.
Talking to Coach LaPlante, I think Brad says we'll take the points. Wait for the signal. Yeah, running into the kicker. So the points will stand. A nice 43-yard field goal by Evan Gutierrez that could have been good from 50.
Hey.
And with 11:48 to go in the ball game now, Hutto leads it 34-6. You're listening to Hutto Hippo Football on hipposports.com and the SHN Sports Network.
A-Plus Federal Credit Union is a longtime supporter of Hutto ISD. Earn cash back and support Hippo Nation with the student-designed A-Plus FCU Hutto ISD Hippo debit card. When you use your Hippo debit card, you and Hutto ISD both earn up to 10 cents with every purchase. Hutto ISD has received over $71,000 in cash back from A-Plus FCU members since August 2016. Stop by the Hutto branch on Ed Schmidt Boulevard to get your card and start earning today. Membership required, insured by NCUA.
So Evan Gutierrez, the soccer man, boots the 43-yard field goal to put the Hippos up 34-6. Did he look like a soccer player on that kick?
I'll tell you what, both kickers before the game were booming kicks, so that one didn't surprise me much at all.
Yeah, he drilled that one, and he was pulling the full soccer move after the fact, and when they ran into him, he was theatrics galore.
Wait, soccer guys do that?
Well, no.
Kickoff high, Pooch fielded at the 25-yard line and across the 26 or 35 up to the 38-yard line. Nice return by the Eagles, number 26, Braden Wilson on the return.
Yeah, and I think some of those Georgetown fans are starting to starting to head for the exit, which is a
There's
good thing, too,
some,
because this is
some holes in the stadium.
Yeah, and that's probably good for them, too, because this is about as packed as that visitor's parking lot, or our home parking lot, for that fact, has ever
Tell you,
been.
Evan Gutierrez just walked by me. He goes, how good would that have been from? I was
at
like,
least 50.
I go, at least 50, maybe 55.
Yeah.
I said it was way up there.
That was a bomb. Well, and how fun to do that against Georgetown, who always has great field goal kickers. Year in and year out, they're the ones who come away with, seems like, great kickers. Of course, they've got Mason Crosby that's in the NFL. And
Mason Crossbar.
Handoff on first down gets nothing for Zane Quick.
I think their last kicker from a few years ago ended up, I think, out at Hardin Simmons kicking out there.
Tell you a little irony here in just 1 second. Handoff goes to Zane Quick, and Zane quickly gets it up to the 40.
I was wondering if you were going to throw that one in there.
4-yard line. Nice little run. Hippos almost had him stop for a loss. Yeah, their PA guy told me, or their play-by-play guy told me before the game that their kicker this year is the brother of their the kicker that in 2016 beat us, in that overtime game.
Yeah, and that might be, I'm trying to think of that kid's name. He had gone somewhere as well.
Snap back to Herman. Heavy pressure coming from behind, and, he escapes it. Now he's scrambling to his left and close to that first down. Wow.
Yeah,
Braylon Sugg had him,
and
he was somehow got away from Braylon, and he scrambled and see if he got enough for the first down.
And Georgetown has a guy down and
short.
Doesn't look good.
Going to be short of the first. He got up to he needed the 48, and they're going to mark him out at the 47. So it's going to be a 4th down and 1 situation.
And obviously a situation they'll be going for it.
For the Eagles, yeah, I think certainly they've got to go for it right here. They do have a man down on the field. So while they tend to him, we're going to take another commercial break. You're listening to Hutto Hippo Football on hipposports.com and the SHN Sports Network.
ACDI, Al Clausen Disposal supports the Hippo Nation. ACDI is a locally owned family company that specializes in solid waste services, including residential, recycling, commercial, and roll-off. Al Clausen Disposal has grown into a top 100 ranked corporation. Their mission is simple. They're committed to providing safe, reliable, and environmentally sound waste solutions at cost-effective rates while embracing new ideas to reduce the carbon footprint. Al Clausen Disposal, your local choice for all your collection and disposal needs. ACDI says go Hippos!
So the Georgetown Eagle is working his way off the field.
Yeah, it looked like a right knee, right ankle.
Yeah, you just hate to see that. Sometimes those things, they look a little worse than they are. You hope that that's the case, but boy, you just see nowadays it just seems like so many knees and ankles and those kind of injuries.
Bunch of big old boys moving fast. I mean, it's something's going to give.
They're big, and sometimes their bodies haven't caught up.
Here we go, 4th down and 1 for the Eagles. Hippos wanting to get a stop right here. Handoff goes to Zane Quick, and he's got enough for the first down. Gets the 49. Needed 1 and got 2. So 10:24 to go in the ball game. Hutto leading 34-6. Georgetown kind of content to keep running the ball.
Yeah, I think maybe they're ready to go ahead and get out of here as well.
I mean, at some point you figure they're going to start throwing it. Snap back to Herman, faking the handoff, keeping left side's got a little bit of room. 45, trying to get down that sideline over in front of his bench, picked up just enough for the first down, 10 yards at the 41-yard line.
Yeah, big ooh from the crowd on the tackle on the guy that didn't have the ball.
I was going to say, we're going back to the Liberty Hill ways, and we're just tackling everybody. Although now we're tackling everybody except for the guy that has the ball, so that's not really the objective.
So 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Snap back to Herman. Fakes a handoff, keeps it, across the 40. 35's got a room, 30. Inside the 30 down to the 27-yard line. So it's the
Herman show right now.
Yeah, I tell you, I mean, somebody's got to be spying him.
Another first down, 2 good runs by Darson Herman. The Eagles are down close to the red zone again. This time he hands off to Quick, and penetration by the Hippos bring him down short. That was Tyler Kelly got back there and tackled the running back for a loss.
And the guy we've been tackling the whole time, he finally kept the ball.
Oh, Tyler's
I think
he's
it's just a cramp. Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell that one's just a cramp.
He's got teammates working on him, so I hope it's just
Megan White, the new trainer, she gets out there and tells those boys, get away. Let me do this. This is my job. I don't know if you spend much time with Megan. She's a fireball.
She's been a good one. She's
Absolutely.
nice to have. All the guys respect her, and she does a great job with Doc and all these kids.
Super hire by Coach LaPlante to bring her in here. And I have to say she's a Red Raider.
I was about to say, well, of course.
And she grew up over in Aggie Land, though, didn't she?
She did. She actually went to
Aggie Land, I believe.
A&M Consolidated High School with Ryan's cousin Chad, and they knew each other. But went out to Tech, but then came back and got her master's degree at A&M, I believe.
That's not a bad gig.
Yeah, she's sharp. Herman keeping the ball, and he can't go anywhere. Nice job by Landon Watson to bring him down at the 31-yard line. Now it's going to be a 3rd and long situation.
I just looked up and saw Brody Bueno's playing some defense now. With Tyler out, he's filling in there at linebacker.
Yeah,
so
Bo Mosley
good for him.
He said one guy goes down. I'm trying to put him in there. So
3rd down and 14 needed for the Eagles. Snap back to Herman, straight drop. Throw in, no, going to keep it. Steps forward, still looking. And scrambling. Oh, and
that was Brody.
Big hit.
That was big.
Oh, they called a flag. Are you kidding? Not sure why.
First big hit.
Boy, he came in and put a licking on him.
Well, he was still in bounds when he gave the hit on him. Seemed to me. Quarterback Herman's been hitting people, running over people all night, and finally gets somebody that hits him back and then gets a flag.
Yeah, something tells me he's not going to get in trouble for that one.
No, that was a good shot.
Well, I mean, looked like he was still in bounds.
Yeah, I don't know. I was watching Brody on that whole play, and he did a really good job of finding the receiver, following him, and then he spied the quarterback. And as soon as he took off, Brody took off to go meet him. And
well, when you're a quarterback playing linebacker, you're probably a pretty smart linebacker.
Yeah, that was an NFL penalty right there. So 1st and 10 after the 15-yard march-off handoff up across the 10 to the 9-yard line. Number 23, Ryan Eddy on the carry. 8:15 to go in the ball game. Hutto leading 34-6, and you don't want the Eagles to get another score here. I think the game you're feeling pretty good about the game at this point, but
you love to hold them to single digits.
Yeah,
no doubt.
Snap back to Herman, straight drop, looking to throw. He's got time. Throws over the middle, and it is caught. Nice catch at the 1-yard line. Tell you, number 88, Cade Lachlan, he knew he was going to get hit just as soon as he caught it, and he was able to hang on to the ball.
It's like we've still got some guys that are cramping up a little down there. It looks, this Sadavian was down there a little bit.
1st and goal for the Eagles. Snap back to Herman, handoff to. And I think he's in for the touchdown. He is. Handoff to number 23, Ryan Eddy.
Thought Herman was
I thought Herman kept it again. And
you saw Herman take the hit. But Eddy, he handed off to Eddy, and Eddy punches it in for the 1-yard touchdown with 7:40 to go in the ball game. Cuts the Hippo lead to 34-12. And here they line up for 2 again. See if they do something a little different with this one. Again, that little swinging gate formation. Go straight.
Wow.
Straight pitch to number 3. There's your number 3, Isaiah Fillmore. First time we've called his name, and he stopped short of the 2-point conversion. So 7:40 to go in the ball game. Hutto's lead is now 34-12.
You wonder why that play doesn't work. It seems you've got everybody spread out so far, and you got 3 yards to go. It seems obvious, but I guess if you've got quick guys and sure tacklers on the defense, then it doesn't help if you don't have blockers.
And Hutto's ready for it. You can tell. I mean, Georgetown has run that for years, and they knew coming in they were running that gate, and Hutto does a good job defending it.
Yeah, if you're the guy that's taking the snap and you're running, you really don't have any blockers. So it's kind of playing the old, I think that I can get 2 yards and either put a move on you or run over you. But some defenses might be a little more susceptible to that than others, and I think this Hippo defense is not one that's susceptible to it.
2 yards is not successful in high school, so that's not a good game plan.
Say it like it is. Give another shout-out tonight, Lynn Gutierrez, one of our loyal listeners, teacher over at Hutto High School, listening in. Or she was in the first half. I forgot to give her a shout-out in the first half. I hope she's still listening. So 7:40 to go in the ball game. Hutto leads at 34-12. They have absolutely controlled this game. And
be interesting to see Georgetown. Will
now here comes the onside.
Try
kick.
to get the onside here.
Yeah, definitely lining well. I think they are. Yeah, gets the high bounce. Woo, and I think it got away from the man sprinting down the sidelines. But I tell you,
they found a hole in our guys, but it was a little bit too hot for them to go recover that.
I tell you, he kicked a fastball and it stayed down and took a hop late, but it was humming.
Dropped a flag at midfield. I think, did it not go 10 yards?
Well, it went out of bounds.
Oh, of course, went out of bounds. Thank you.
So going back to the domination, this is a little late. These were our stats at the end of the third quarter. We had 412 yards of offense, and Georgetown had 151. They were still yet to convert a third down. I don't remember if they converted one on that last touchdown drive, but they were 0 of 9 and 0 of 1 on fourth down. So
see if you can figure out how many of those yards were Dejan.
Let's see. Dejan has.
Hippos will start 1st and 10 at the Georgetown 46-yard line, so great field position for the Hippos. Snap back to Grayson, rolling to his left, being chased. Boy, just go down, Grayson. Go down on your own before those guys have a chance to put you down.
So, actually, Dejan only has 250 yards tonight. So
that's just receiving and running? That doesn't count the punt return?
Yeah.
Or kick return? Only
just
250.
a mere 250 and 4 touchdowns.
We'll see if we can step it up here in the last 7 minutes. So, Grayson was tackled for about a 3-yard loss right there. Bryce, you cringe when you see Grayson tuck the ball and
really
run.
need to
three big old boys with some extracurricular on top of his head.
Yeah, they did get a little heavy on him.
Big 48, but big
down.
48 helped him up, and Grayson gave him a pat on the head.
I saw that.
So.
That's always all good. 2nd down, 13. Taking a handoff, rolling to his right, looking to throw, steps up, avoids a tackle. Now just throws a nice pass.
Legal alignment.
Yeah, Hippos are going to have an ineligible man NFL. Nice job by Grayson to avoid that. Pass was intended for number 32, Zane Bolding. Hippos have backups in right now.
Yeah, except for their quarterback. And he's been hit twice in the last 2 plays.
I noticed Michael Mason's in the backfield with Grayson.
Yeah, and Michael just switched over to running back this week, so he probably doesn't know a whole lot of what's going on other than what Grayson's telling him.
Well, especially how to block.
Well, you figure he probably wasn't expecting that he was going to be getting to play necessarily with halfway through the fourth quarter coming into this one, that the Hippos would have such control of the game that backups would be playing. But those guys need to get some game time. You know, we've lost some guys to some injuries, so need to get those guys some work. Georgetown declined the penalty, so it's going to be 3rd down and 13 at the 49-yard line, 6:40 to go in the ball game. There's Michael Mason trying to bounce out to the left side. Boy, he just runs over a guy. Looked like he had a little bit of a face mask, but no call.
He gets some steam going, and he's not looking to.
He has very large thighs.
Yeah, Michael Mason's a big boy, and I've watched him run, especially in junior high. He just controlled games.
Yeah, he's got very clear intentions when he's running the football.
He runs very angry.
Yep.
That's what you want. So Brody Bueno will be on to punt for only, I think, the 2nd time tonight, right? Maybe the 3rd.
I think that's right.
Second or 3rd.
Second.
Stands at his own 45-yard line. Deep man for Georgetown back at the 15. Low snap. Picked up. Boy, almost got hit. Nice punt. Yeah. Bounces at the 15. Takes a Hippo bounce forward to the 5. Inside the 5. This one's going to be killed at the – boy, he did exactly what his brother did last week.
It doesn't matter which Boyno's back there.
Hey, We thought that he couldn't. We thought nobody could do better than what Brock did last week when they pinned it at at 1 foot.
Well, he tied it.
I think that Brody just did the same thing.
Wow, and good job standing in there with pressure. That was very nearly blocked, and Brody just stood back there.
Here's the only thing that I
kept
think
it
they
going.
might question is that the
doesn't matter where the man was.
The man was
where
in the
ball
end
was.
zone.
Nope, doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, so they're going to mark this one. I mean, literally the point of the ball is almost touching the goal line, and exactly what Brock Bueno did last week.
Yeah.
The ref tried to put it about a foot out from the goal line, and the other ref moved it back about 10 inches.
Yeah, interesting.
How about second safety in a row from a Bueno punt? Wouldn't that be great? So Herman stands about 7 yards deep in his end zone. Handoff. Oh, and busting it up the middle. There's plenty of running room across the 20, across the 30, up to the 35-yard lines. Number 23, Ryan Eddy. Well, I think the Hippo defense was thinking penetration, safety, and, if you have a chance there, but if he breaks past you, he's got a lot of running room, and he takes it. Now Herman keeps it running to the left side as the Eagles try to go fast, and he only picks up about 2 yards running to the left side.
Strange play there. He comes running into the left and just sees a bunch of defenders, starts kind of slowing down, almost walking, and you kind of thought maybe he was just going to go down, but decided to fight for a couple yards there at the end. Ended up picking 3 yards.
Second down and 7. Put a man in motion from left to right. Herman in the backfield, and now a timeout called. I assume Georgetown called that timeout. 5:05 to go in the ballgame. Hutto leading 34-12.
Yeah, I just kind of wanted pure domination, and that's kind of slipping away a little bit. But
well, I think maybe on the scoreboard if people look at that, but I think anybody that was at the game is going to go, yeah, it was pretty pure domination.
Yeah, and we've got some backups in on D and obviously on O right now, so it's.
Well, that's kind of been the story of our year so far too. Is misleading scores. It's dominating the whole game, but then we put in some backups there at the end, and they get a couple of late game scores. I don't know. We've still got most of our front four are all still in there.
I think they pulled. Lordsville came out a couple plays ago. I don't think he's in.
Oh, you're right. Landon,
yeah, but
Braylon,
everybody
and
else
Amir are still all out there.
I think we have 45 is in for Lordsville, I believe.
Yeah, it's Justin McCourse.
Yes.
So after the timeout, second down and 7 needed for the Eagles at their own 38-yard line. Put a man in motion, Lachlan going from right to left. Herman rolling to his right and just sells it. Oh, I thought he was throwing it out of bounds over the number 85, but he actually had number 19, Tyler Fidian, and
well, if he would have caught it, he'd been out of bounds anyway, but he dropped it over here.
So it goes incomplete, but, yeah, that's not the man I thought he was looking at. I thought he was just actually looking to kind of unload it. So third down and 7 for the Eagles, 4:59 to go in the ball game. Straight drop by Herman, looking left, now looks center. He's got a man near the first down. Number
Forced out there
18, Taco Williams, I believe.
First time we've gotten to say Taco's name tonight. It's forced out by Dejan, so Dejan's still out there playing on defense.
Taco comes 1 yard short, so fourth down and 1 needed. Bet Herman's keeping this one. What do you think?
I think that's a pretty good
Straight up the middle. Ball's at the 44, needs the 45. Snap back to Herman. Oh, quick strike over to the left side, and it's a good job by Dejan, but when he tackled him, he rolled him over him and into the first down.
I think you're right. I think he would have had him stop there behind the line, but rolled him right over the top.
So first down at the 46-yard line, 4:35 to go in the ball game. Hippos leading 34-12. Empty backfield for Herman. Not in any hurry. Put a man in motion from left to right. Herman rolling to his right. And he's got a man at the 40-yard line and brought down. Plenty for the first down. That was number 85, Brandon Bradford. on the catch.
Yeah, so
Well,
Georgetown's not showing any quit.
Yeah, like
but
you said, Bryce, too. It's been such a dominating performance by this Hippo defense. You hate to see them giving up the yards and all that right now. Herman rolling to his left, looking. He's got a man left sideline at the 20 and run out of bounds near the 15.
Yeah, and especially we pretty much got starters in right now.
Yeah. So 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Empty backfield for Herman. 3 receivers right side, 2 receivers left. Let's get another stop right here. Don't give up any more points. Quick pass to the right side, caught at the 15. And tell you, they've kind of gone to that quick passing game all of a sudden.
Well, and that's what we kind of expected them to do coming out of the second half is get away from that run and start throwing the ball a little more. And you know, it's hard to tell if part of the reason they're having success with that is because
Just
we're kind
backing
of
off a
backing
little
off.
bit.
Yeah, but obviously they're capable.
2nd down and 3 needed. Herman looks left, throwing left corner, and it is almost intercepted, but then almost caught. Dejan had a chance. It was 3 versus 3. Number 3, Dejan against number 3, Isaiah Fillmore. I think Dejan mistimed his jump.
About to say, I was very surprised.
That was a
Dejan
tired jump.
Kind of off.
Yeah, I think that was a tired jump also. That was a jump of a guy that's run for about 300 yards tonight, or offensive about 300 yards. 3rd down and 3 for the Eagles. Handoff up the middle to the 5 and in for the touchdown. Wow, that was easy for number 23, Ryan Eddy. Just parted the sea right there. Hippos, nobody was standing in his way. And the Eagles tack on another touchdown with 3:09 to go in the ball game. Cut the lead to 34-18.
Well, you know, I mean, crazier
It
things
ain't over.
have happened. It is not over yet.
I mean, that's kind of what I've been trying to tell these guys.
Yeah, a little bit of complacency, I think, set in. They're going with a little more standard set for their 2-point conversion this time. Spread 3 receivers to the right side. Snap back to
They're gonna
Herman,
have a free
rolling
play.
to his
We were
right.
offside.
And intercepted.
Yeah.
It's going to be taken back and pushed out of bounds.
They're gonna
but
get
as
another
Ryan
shot
said,
at it.
I think the Hippos were offsides. Trey Pinelli jumped in front of that and looked like it was going to maybe take it back for 2, but I wonder if Bryce's battery just went dead.
No,
there you are.
I'm still here.
All right.
I think they
So
got,
Braylon Sugg
yeah.
was the one that jumped off sides.
Well, and you know, as quickly as they get back there, obviously that makes them a little eager, and they're susceptible to some offside every once in a while, and Braylon is no exception to that.
So do this one again. They'll get to do it from a 1.5 yards instead of 3 yards. Snap back to Herman. And handoff to Eddie.
Yeah, it
this
doesn't matter.
time, Hippos decided Eddie wasn't going to go forward, and they drop him for no gain, and the 2-point conversion fails again. So they've had 3 touchdowns, gone for 2 every single time, and missed
They've
it.
left 3 points out there.
Yep. So with 3:09 to go in the ball game, it's now Hutto 34 and
Well,
Georgetown. Do we have another penalty on that one?
Yeah, I think it was after the play, a little extracurricular.
Talk about this one. So whatever it'll be will be on the kickoff. All right. So with 3:09 to go in the ball game, it's Hutto 34, Georgetown 18. Listen to Hutto Hippo football on hipposports.com and the SHN Sports Network.
ACDI, Al Clausen Disposal, supports the Hippo Nation. ACDI is a locally owned family company that specializes in solid waste services, including residential, recycling, commercial, and roll-off. Al Clausen Disposal has grown into a top 100 ranked corporation. Their mission is simple. They're committed to providing safe, reliable, and environmentally sound waste solutions at cost-effective rates while embracing new ideas to reduce the carbon footprint. Al Clausen Disposal, your local choice for all your collection and disposal needs. ACDI says go Hippos!
Well, 3:09 to go in the ball game. Georgetown cuts the lead to 34-18. And obviously we're going to see another onside kick, and they'll be kicking this one from the Hippo 45-yard line after that 15-yard face mask penalty. Did you say face mask? Is that what it was?
Yeah, it was during the play, but they assessed it on the kickoff. I couldn't tell who it was on.
Well, if it was during the play, why didn't they get another play?
Yeah, it happened after the play, so.
Yeah, so it was a dead ball.
But I'll tell you what, if somehow, some way it works out here, they're going to have a short field to work with.
Are. All right, so they'll set to try that onside kick, kicking it toward the left side. Well, they get a high hop, but good job by the Hippos to just bury that one. Well, good job by Trey Pinelli as let's see, who was it that fell
Dejan got it, and Trey covered
fell
him.
on the ball, and then Trey fell on Dejan. It's like there's no way you're going to let that ball get out. So the Hippos recover the onside kick, 33-yard line, 3:09 to go in the ball game, leading 34-18.
Well, we've alluded to it a couple times so far this quarter, but it has not been a very cleanly played fourth quarter. That's kind of been the trend this whole season. You know, we come out very strong quarters 1 through 3, and then we get very complacent. And I don't know. Go ahead,
play
Rex.
when we want to play.
Yeah.
Last week we didn't come out strong, and then that third quarter, it's like, hey, got a fire under us, and right now it's just kind of –
you just want to have that
kind of a little flat down
killer
here.
instinct, especially against a rival like Georgetown. Handoff up the middle to, was that Michael Mason, I think?
No, that was 19.
No.
Donald Douglas.
Donald Douglas.
Well, Hippos continue to play plenty of backups here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
So-
well, and you figure we can get one first down here, and should be enough to milk the clock the rest of the way.
2:40 to go in the ball game. Second down and 6 needed. Picked up 4.
Georgetown has 2 timeouts. I'm kind of surprised they didn't use them there. Obviously, they're still not out of this ball game.
Single man in the backfield. You got to figure Hippos keeping it on the ground. Handoff goes to Douglas. Got to cover that up. Just don't be silly.
And there's the first timeout.
So Georgetown calls the timeout. 2:11 to go. Hippos leading 34-18. Be a third down and needs 7.
So what do you do here?
Well, I mean, I think you got to keep it on. You got to force them to use their last timeout, don't you think, Bryce?
Yeah, but, you know, sure be shooting for a first down here.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe put it in Dejan's hands, direct snap, and just kind of let him run around. Keep it safe, but give yourself an option of finding that first down. But I agree. I think priority is to force them to use that last time out either way.
Yeah, maybe try to get it wide just a little bit. So here we go, snap back. Going to Mason, trying to turn it up field. He does 40, 45. He's got enough
Gotta
for
be
the
a first down.
Yeah, and that should be enough to salt this one away.
So Michael Mason carries it for the first down.
Like I said, he's an angry young man.
Yeah.
No, you get him trucking and a bucking, he'll make some people pay on the other end.
I guess Georgetown goes ahead and calls that last timeout. So 2:09 to go in the ball game, and Hippos with that 34-18 lead. And yeah, I think at this point you can pretty much salt it away. It's been a great game for the Hippos, and you know, obviously we don't want to dwell at all on the fourth quarter.
No, but we got to pick something apart, right?
Yeah. It'll be a fun coaches show. Actually, we might not have a coaches show on Monday because we have a bye week next week. So be sure and check our social media. We'll talk. We'll check with Scott and Stacy Feller over at Hippo Cafe and see if they want to do coaches show or wait until the week after the bye week. Which, you know, you come back from that bye week. Next week's a bye week, and you come back from the bye week, and you got Cedar Park. And you know, Hippos have put themselves in a really, really good spot here with this win over Georgetown, and handoff goes to
it's
Douglas
19 again, Douglas.
Donald Douglas back in. So inside of 2 minutes now.
Yeah,
you
and
come
now
back
I think
from
you
the
can officially take a knee.
You come back from the bye week and you got Cedar Park, and I think at that point you start talking. You have 2 weeks to really talk about the importance of that.
Yeah, and
game.
I think George has Cedar Park next week, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Will tell us a lot.
Absolutely.
Well, good thing that'll give some of these bumps and bruises time to heal. Logan Tipton's been out most of the second half, played the first series, but he's been iced down over here. So hopefully some of that can heal up and be ready.
And you wonder too if he would have been able to play. If this had been closer, maybe put more of a precautionary hold out there.
Handoff goes to Douglas, picks up about a yard. Be third down and long, but we're down to 1:05 to go in the ball game now, and Hippos just basically running the clock out at this point, and a huge win. They'll move to 2-0 in district play, 5-0 on the season, 2-0 in district play. Georgetown, their first district game, will be 0-1 in district, and like Bryce said, they got Cedar Park.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I think what I've seen out of Cedar Park so far this year, Georgetown will probably be looking at 0-2 next week.
Yeah, I would guess the same. Looks like we're going to take the old victory formation.
That's my favorite play.
Boy, especially against Georgetown, isn't it?
Wow.
It comes in a little hard, too. You're taking a knee, and those boys come in a little hard. So they take the knee, and the clock will count down, and a big win for the Hutto Hippos. And tell you what, you can credit the defense, but obviously credit Dejan, credit Grayson, offensive line. Bryce alluded to it kind of throughout the game, but the job that the offensive line did. Grayson had plenty of time to throw the ball all night long, and a huge win for the Hippos to go to 5-0 on the season. And I tell you what, don't lose sight of the fact the Hippos are 16-1 over the last 2 years.
Oh.
There aren't a lot of teams that can say they're 16-1 over their last 17 games at any stage. And a 3-game winning streak over the Georgetown Eagles, I think.
There's the important one right there.
I know Van likes that. He might not still be listening, but I know he likes having the win over Georgetown. Bryce, I don't know if you want to – if Brad's available and just kind of get a quick little quick word with him on how it feels to have a 3-game win streak over Georgetown.
I'll see if I can catch him after this.
Well, again, it was the Dejan Harrison show. As Dejan, I know after the what'd you say after the third quarter, Dejan had about 250 total yards.
Yeah, it was about 250. I think it probably stayed at just about that. He was pretty quiet in that fourth quarter on offense.
Yeah.
He made more noise on defense in the fourth quarter.
I think the stats, once it's all said and done, Georgetown ended up getting some yards there in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's not going to look as overwhelming.
Stats
but like
are probably not going to be quite as reflective.
Tell you, I called Darson. I've kind of known him and his brother and dad over the years. Great kid. He's like, I'm going to be sore tomorrow.
Well, at least that's honest.
Yeah. He's like, your D-line beat me up.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Well, it's an honest assessment.
But I told them, I said, hey, go get Cedar Park next week.
Please.
And get right.
Yeah, that would be nice for them to go ahead. Might be one of those times that I'm pulling for Georgetown.
Yeah, I think so.
You have to. Yeah. Well, so like we alluded to, obviously the stats aren't going to be quite as dominant as we would have hoped, as the score looks like and as we saw. We have finished with 432 yards. They finished with 298. Both teams ran 60 plays, so very, very even on that front. Third down conversions, they ended up getting 2, finished 2 of 13, and 2 of 3 on fourth down. So they were able to extend some drives, but a lot of those were there at the end, which is to be expected when we've got some of our secondary guys in, and we've kind of let our foot off the gas just a little bit.
As often happens in sports, you see a team kind of owns a team for a while, and I think that had been the case. The Hippos for years and years had struggled with Georgetown. Had some close ones, but hadn't been able to get over the hump. And then 3 years ago, they finally got that win, and now here they are on a 3-game win streak over these Eagles. Here's the interesting thing. I was talking to their radio guys before the game. I was like, there's a good chance when the realignment comes out next spring that Hutto is going to be a 6A school, and we won't be in the same district or even the same classification with Georgetown anymore. And you wonder, would these two schedule a non-district game? Be kind of fun.
Yeah, it'd be sort of like a.
Yeah, you got to kind of keep that rivalry because that's been a good one.
Yeah, I think so. I think that I don't see why either team would shy away from that.
Right, could kind of turn into what we've got going on with Liberty Hill right now, almost a cross-class rivalry.
Yeah, I mean, we keep saying 6A. It's going to be really close. Nobody ever knows what the UIL where they'll ultimately land. But I think if it was today, I think we would most likely be a 6A school.
We would either be the biggest 5A school or the smallest 6A school.
I don't know if I'm going to catch LaPlante. He's got a couple
yeah,
kind of waiting, and I'm sure I'm last.
Yeah. Well, no, you would actually be first.
He would much rather talk to you.
But we won't make you wait. We'll be good. We'll talk to him either Coach's Show Monday night or at the Coach's Show the next Monday night. So good job from the sidelines, Bryce.
Chatty guys, good call.
All right. Well, again, the final score from Hutto Memorial Stadium tonight was the Hippos 34, Georgetown Eagles 18. A fantastic performance by the Hutto Hippos, both offensively and defensively, in a game that, again, probably was not even quite as close as that final score would indicate. They controlled most aspects of the game. Fans are sticking around here. The Hutto Band is going to perform their contest routine that they will be performing tomorrow afternoon over in Round Rock. This is every year they have the contest. And tell you what, I was watching them this morning. Fox 7 was out here doing their Friday morning hometown show, and our band they're special.
They're awesome.
Yeah,
that's good to watch.
They're fantastic. So we wish them luck tomorrow at their contest over in Round Rock. Well, check with our social media pages and all of that. We'll let you know whether we're going to do a Coach's Show Monday night or not. Most likely we will not, since it's going to be a bye week. And then we will be back the following Monday for the Coach's Show prior to the Cedar Park game. And Hippos, again, 5-0 on the season, 2-0 in district play. And next up is Cedar Park in a game that is probably going to have all the attention of Central Texas, as that one could be one that positions one of those teams to be eventually the district champions in District 11 5A. For Bryce Doggett down on the sidelines, for Gage Bowles, our engineer, for Ryan standing right beside me doing the color commentating, I'm Todd Robinson saying good night and have a great weekend. Again, the final score from Hutto Memorial Stadium, Hippos 34, Georgetown Eagles 18. Have a great weekend.